a reaction to our criticism because I think mine was quite scathing. When you had multiple RBN members who ratioed you had to respond, right? I didn't expect the response to be this sad. You know what I mean? I tell you guys, I feel good to have the dumbest critics because my critique of Dr. Cornel West was pretty damn scathing. He's weak on white supremacy, and we called him out for being weak on white supremacy. He said, and this is what got me on stream, that we on the Jimmy Dore plantation.
That's fucked
Sir, you voted for Jim Crow Joe. You know the guy who's committing a genocide right now? The guy who committed a genocide right now, you voted for him, sir. Dr. Cornel West, you are on the Jim Crow Joe plantation. You voted for the guy who committed genocide. You will tie us to Jimmy Dore? You praised Ronald Reagan as a freedom fighter, sir.
What?
Yes.
Did y'all pull up the tweet? Y'all pull up the tweet?
Yes, bro. This is like 11 years ago.
You don't want to have this rap battle, my friend. I swear to God, I didn't want to make a diss track. We just had to get you because you said something stupid. You don't want to have this diss battle with me, sir. You praised Ronald Reagan as a freedom fighter. You praised a unhinged Nazi who said he wanted to deport and kill Muslims in Russia as your brother. But you want to smear us at Jimmy Dore light? Even if that's true, that's better than being a Biden sycophant like you are, sir. Like praising out Navalny like you did, sir. Like calling Ronald Reagan a freedom fighter like you did, sir. And you, how old are you? What he's like in 60, 70? I made my mistakes. I voted for Obama. I did that when I was in my 20s, sir. You 60 years old talking about Ronald Reagan, a freedom fighter. How old are you? You got access to the same information we do, sir. You said Ronald Reagan, a freedom fighter. You said that in 2011. I was 23 years old. I wasn't dumb enough to say something stupid like that, but you said it. I wasn't 30 years old, but I was smart enough to realize that if I vote for Jim Crow Joe, it would enable the military. But you didn't, sir. He wasn't smart enough to realize that Joe Biden, by voting for him, would enable a genocide. I saw this shit coming a long time, sir. You got degrees. You can't see what the average working class people see, and it kills you. You lack curiosity. You don't even. It took me all but 30 minutes to an hour to know who Navalny is. You think you're calling out the military-industrial complex, but you repeating CIA talking points? You are weak on the CIA, sir. You are weak on the CIA. You are weak on white supremacy. As you call Jimmy Dore Trump, or you praise someone who's worse than Donald Trump. Donald Trump said he wanted to deport some Muslims. Navalny said he wanted to deport all Muslims. Meanwhile, you hate Trump, but you call him Brother Navalny. So you got contradictions that we called out that you can't handle because you have an ego. But let's continue. I tried to say, I'm going to be chilling here. There's going to be a lot of saying. You're weak on supremacy. You're weak on Nazism, even though you think you're not. You're weak. I show no quarter to white supremacists. You wouldn't catch me dead praising Joe Biden. You wouldn't catch me dead praising Navalny. That's what you did, sir. And you're upset because we are holding you accountable like you said you wanted us to. When you first came on our show, you say you want us to hold us accountable. And then we start holding you accountable. Now so you crying to Tim Black like a fucking bitch. Like a little you said on our show, fam, and everyone in the chat, you guys can confirm, you guys all saw the episode. He said he wants to go on RBN. He wants us to hold him accountable. And then the second we held him accountable, he started crying.
Sir.
No, all of a sudden, he don't want to go on the show no more. All of a sudden, he running Tim Black like a little Karen. He just said he wants to hold us accountable. He didn't really mean it. When he really wanted, he wanted us to turn to a media arm to him. He wanted us to be loyal to him. And that is not what's going to happen, sir. We are not part of the sellout bourgeoisie like you. You're willing to be weak on white supremacy and Nazism in order to fit in with liberals that already hate your black ass. That's pathetic. The same Zionists that kicked your black ass out of Harvard, you trying to appease with a Navalny tweet. Sellout. That's sad. That's sad. You don't want our praise. You don't give a fuck about us. You want the liberals to like you. Well, you want the Biden voters to like you. So you praise Navalny, a fucking Nazi. You're willing to be weak on Nazis and white supremacy in order to please who? You weak motherfucker. That's what you did.
That's why he wouldn't. That's why he wouldn't hold Joe Biden accountable. It was so hard for him to spit it out. Why is it so hard for you to say Joe Biden is a fucking fascist? It took months for him to say that shit.
Facts. All right, let's get back to the video.
I think it's safe to say that we hurt Cornel West's feelings with our live stream, my friends. Welcome, what's poppin', people? Welcome to the deplorable RBN network. The network that is hated by the PMC class, loved by union organizers, though. I just had someone from the teacher union on RBN, Nick at Night, talk about his anger with worker unions. Now he's a union worker who ran for the head of his union. He went on RBN. He loves RBN. We had a general strike summit with a ton of union organizers. I have the Palestinian Community Network. We have a ton of on-the-ground activists that come on RBN all the time, and they love us. But the PMC class don't. We hurt Dr. Cornel West's feelings because we called him out for being weak on white supremacy. I called him out for he has a lack of curiosity. And throughout the course of this live stream, I'm going to destroy this man's pathetic arguments that he made because I was ready to be done with this. We said our thing, we're done. I even expected Dr. Cornel West to say something in response. Fam, do you guys know how crazy it is that RBN, we're being smeared by Dr. Cornel West? You know, the celebrity, the guy who go on CNN, Anderson Cooper, the guy who was one of the biggest Bernie Sanders surrogates, someone who's been respected. You guys know how surreal it is to be smeared by a presidential candidate? RBN 3 years old. I didn't see that coming. Both Marianne Wilson and Dr. Cornel West, the PMC class hates us, but that's okay. I am here for the approval of the workers, not the professional managerial class. I am here to tell you the truth. And I told you guys the truth. He went on our show and said he wanted to be held accountable. Here's the clip. Listen to the beginning here.
You need to be accountable. That's another reason why I want to make sure.
Got to be accountable. And if you can watch the whole clip where we talk about this in great detail, this is when Dr. Cornel West was cool with us. When he saw a group of young black kids doing a podcast, he's like, I'm going to use my celebrity. I'm going to use my influence to get these people starstruck and turn them into a media arm. Woo, he fucked up. He didn't realize who we was, sir. Dr. Cornel West tried to turn us to a loyal media arm, even though he said he wanted to be held accountable. When Dr. Cornel West says he wanted to be held accountable, that's him giving us the PMC wink and a nod that me and CJ did not understand. My brother Rome here for a second. You guys know what guys do? They get together and they're like, yeah, you're gonna go on my show and we're gonna hold you accountable. You know how they rub arm politicians in the media? Dr. Cornel West tried to do the third-party version of that. He went on RBN expecting us to pick up on the wink and the nod, which leads to access journalism. The same thing that Marianne Wilson did to Bree, did to the Vanguard, did to Crystal and Cal. They give a wink and nod. Yeah, let me go on your show and you hold me accountable. Meaning I am going to give you access. That means you're going to take it easy on me because I know you want access, because I know you care nothing. But then RBN, we was not playing that game. Dr. Cornel West fucked around and found out. He thought that RBN was access journalism. He thought that we was going to get starstruck at this PMC motherfucker to the point that we're going to change our principles. Sir, you fucked around and found out. What's popping, Ron? We just getting started today. We got our brother here because I am willing to say this right now before as I introduce Rome. I am willing to admit when I'm wrong. You guys know I love to brag. Yeah. I brag like a motherfucker. I want to admit it. I always brag when I get things right. I am willing to admit that I was wrong about this cornball motherfucker. And despite all the times I come out here and tell you guys I don't want to take a dub. Yeah, RBN with another dub. RBN with another dub. I personally cannot say that. I am taking an L in front of all you guys. I am holding myself accountable. I see some comments that is really rubbing the salt in the wound over the last few days. We're like, Nick, why the fuck you had this guy? Why you said that this guy was good? I get it, brother. When I say there's good faith criticism of me, that's a good faith criticism of me. Because I had radical brothers and sisters that was warning me about this motherfucker. During the entire time we was having our honeymoon period, back when you used to like RBN, back when he said that we was speaking truth to power. I can show you guys to see the tweet that he sent out with back when we was the good boys. People warned me about him, but I told you guys before, I am someone who tried to see the good in people, and that shit has burnt me many times in my life, and you guys seen it in live time. I try to see the good in this person. I try to guide people along the revolutionary path, and because I try to see the good in people, I get burned. That's something that I always dealt with, and I'm saying right here in front of everyone, Rome was right. Misty was right. Zoya is love. Zoya is life. He was right. All these people was warning us about this PMC scum known as Dr. Cornel West, who embarrassed himself on the Bad Faith podcast. And we're going to break that down here very soon. That's my intro monologue. What's popping, Rome?
Man, what's going on, man? Man, it's been a long day. It's been a long day, but, you know, I had to make it for this because I'm like, come on now. This is crazy, but you know what I love out of all of it is that he don't understand that what he's doing overall is solidifying our name in history. So keep saying Revolutionary Blackout. I thank you for that, at least.
This man is in shambles. I'm glad that we have the dumbest enemies. Because can you imagine Mark Kimberly or Jamu Baraka or someone like that was trying to take us down? How fucked we would be? We got Dr. Cornel West, cornball ass, who many black revolutionaries been calling out for years. And I'm glad that he's our enemy. Who would saw that coming? Dr. Cornel West smearing us. Like, and this is how you know Dr. Cornel West is a man who has no integrity. Because do you guys remember the Jimmy Dore interview where Jimmy Dore asked him, who is advising you? Who's advising you? Which is a 100% legitimate question to ask a presidential candidate, because if you want power, you best put your ego aside and have advisors. This movement is larger than you. But because of Dr. Cornel West's ego, he's like, I'm going to run for president. I'm going to take this large amount of responsibility, and I'm not going to have advisors.
And then, see, this is how I know that this campaign isn't serious. I wouldn't even pay attention to RBN criticism. I wouldn't even shed any light on it. You are running to be the president of the United States.
He ain't worried about us. He got more heat on RBN than he does Navani.
Or Joe Biden or any of these racists. He called them brother, but he called these Nazis and white supremacists, these segregationists, brothers. But say that we are on the plantation. He called us slaves. Ain't that about a bitch?
And remember, Rome, on the Jimmy Dore show, when Jimmy Dore brought up a legitimate question, questioning who the presidential candidate is being advised by, Dr. Cornel West got offended at the thought that he, a free black man, would take suggestions from anyone. Don't you know he's the fucking man? Don't you know he's Dr. Cornel West? Don't you know he's from Harvard? We don't have Harvard degrees. We college dropouts. How dare we question him? You think of someone who graduated from the esteemed Harvard is going to take criticism from the working class? That's the ego that Dr. Cornel West is thinking to win working class people over. So his mindset was, you can't say I'm being advised. I'm a free black man. Saying that a free black man is following the direction of anyone else is grossly offensive. So Dr. Cornel West knows why saying that we on the Jimmy Dore plantation is offensive, because what he's trying to erase our blackness.
Yes.
That is what everyone does. Every social democrat and every liberal does when they can't handle criticism from their left. We are criticizing these people from the left as Marxist-Leninists. Dr. Cornel West is an unhinged anti-communist who praised Ronald Reagan as a freedom fighter. So we are communists that's criticizing his liberal ass from the left. So he cannot handle that because, you know, the Black Panthers was a Marxist-Leninist organization. Unlike him, unlike Dr. Cornel West, we are actually following in the direction of the Black Panthers. He's afraid to call himself a Marxist-Leninist. Are you afraid of Fran Hampton, Dr. West? So as we are to the left of him, we criticize them from the left, and they can't handle it. So they got to attack our integrity and say that we are not free black men. So based on how offended Dr. Cornel West was when Jimmy Dore when he accused Jimmy Dore of doing the same thing. The fact that he weaponized it against the proletariat says what about him? He knows exactly what he's doing when he says that. So we just had our brother Jamu Braka, who also levied the same criticism we have on Dr. Cornel West every step of the way. Is a Jamu Braka on the Jimmy Dore plantation? Is Black Power Media, who I don't like because they also stabbed us in the back, but Black Power Media also got in your ass, Dr. Cornel West. Is Black Power Media on the Jimmy Dore plantation? When you look at Black Twitter, the day he tweeted that bullshit about Navani, you want to know who was the #1 motherfucker being mocked on Black Twitter? Dr. Cornel West. Black Twitter ate your ass alive when you got caught praising Navani. You think Black Twitter is following the directions of Jimmy Dore? You guys see what they do? They trying to erase any workers, anyone who don't fall in line with the PMC class. They erase them using someone who's an easy target, someone that they've been cultivating to. They've been cultivating people to have Jimmy Dore derangement syndrome. And now, do you guys see why I've been aggressively fighting back against that? Rome, now you guys see, because they use Jimmy Dore derangement syndrome to silence critics from the left.
And like I asked last time,
they're using Jimmy Dore to silence a group of Black people that do more than your Black ass ever done. More than anyone, all you motherfuckers ever done. JB is disabled. JB is disabled. Rome, I apologize. I'll pass to you. JB is disabled. And he formed and created a mutual aid organization himself. Have y'all done that? Meanwhile, these PMC motherfuckers, the #1 people who hate RBN, they keep lying about us. What were you doing earlier today, Rome?
Shit,
you were feeding people.
We fed a whole bunch of motherfuckers, hundreds.
Go ahead, Rome. Sorry, go ahead, Rome. I'll pass to you because I got a lot to say. We're just getting started because we haven't even got to this cringe interview. But go ahead, Rome. I want you to chime in.
Man, it's just funny to me, man, because Dr. Cornel West, he's smart, but like I said before, he's smart enough to stay alive, and this is why he never take it as far as he know that he can. He tried his best to keep his money, to keep his status in life, and this is why where he is right now. He's able to, run for the president of the United States. Think about it like this: if we still have Malcolm X, or Malcolm X ran for the president of the United States, that's not happening. He wouldn't do it, but they wouldn't even let him, even if he tried. But this is how we know who is real revolutionary and who is, I'm sorry to say it, but control opposition, because there is no way that this man is still here and still a liberal. He's too Black and too old to be, and too smart to be this liberal, right? Because the more that we grow as Black men, as Black people, the more we get radicalized, especially the more that you are learning, the more access that you have to this information. There is no way that you are not, going to the left unless you are keeping yourself right, And I just never trust Dr. Cornel West for the simple fact that he's still alive. I'm sorry.
Ron was right. And before we get to the vehicle, we're just getting started. You want to know one more thing about what's funny about this whole Jimmy Dore plantation thing? A lot of things are funny about it. But out of all the PMC people who used to like RBN,
I'm sorry. I'm gonna cut you off one more time. This is what I meant to say, but I had a brain fart.
It's all good. I cut you off. That's so good.
We have multiple Black people on this fucking show that been on this show way more than Jimmy Dore. Why don't you guys align us with them?
Exactly.
This like Marsha Kimberly been on this show probably more than me.
I did that worker strike back last year. No one talks about that. I was at Worker Strike Back, had their launch event, and I gave a speech at the Worker Strike Back launch event. I gave a pro-union speech in front of tons of people. Why don't anyone talk about that when they say RBN doesn't do anything? I also gave a speech at the March for Medicare for All. Do you guys know that RBN had 5 speakers? And Rome organized the March for Medicare for All in Detroit. Dr. Cornel West was in attendance. We gave speeches. I gave speeches. But when we do that, we don't get credit. They don't align us with Worker Strike Back. We got Shama Sawan line up to join the show here very soon. We had to reschedule. She was about to join us last week.
I mean,
So why don't
did you write the Ten Commandments? I mean, the Ten Commandments.
They don't connect it to Shama. They don't associate with us, but with the Palestinian Community Network.
Aren't you the co-writer? Aren't you the co-writer of the Ten Commandments to defunding the police?
10 Demands. Like I co-founded 10 Demands with Awkward and Zoya. We got multiple candidates who ran and won office to endorse our 10 demands, our activism for police abolition. That is what I've done. Do I got to start bragging more, guys? Do I need to start coming out here and start listing my resume before every fucking show? I don't feel the need to do that but the fact that I haven't done that, it leads to PMC scumbags like Dr. West, who's constantly able to lie about us. And Bree knows better. Bree know better. And Dr. Cornel West saying this bullshit, she's just nodding along.
She was like, yeah, nigga, whatever. Anyway, what you said about Jill Stein?
And this is the thing. As they talk about Jimmy Dore plantation this, Jimmy Dore plantation that, the funniest thing, you guys want to know who were one of the only people who we criticized who didn't immediately cancel us afterwards? Jimmy Dore. Do you guys know how many times we went after Jimmy Dore? Do you guys know how many times that Rome and Jimmy fought on X Twitter? Look it up. Just a few weeks ago, Rome and Jimmy got into a brutal fight on Twitter.
Yeah.
And then me and Jimmy, we talked on the phone. We argued a few times on the phone. You know what I mean? Jimmy Dore is the only guy who we called out multiple times who didn't cancel RBN outright. He didn't go out and start lying about RBN outright because we did a video talking about how we think he's weak on racial issues. JB and Rome did a stream talking about how criticizing his takes on racial issues. During the Dr. Cornel West interview, as hard as we went on Dr. Cornel West, we criticized Jimmy Dore for the framing of his question on white supremacy. He doesn't mention that. We criticized Jimmy Dore on white supremacy, and Jimmy Dore didn't get salty at all. In fact, Jimmy Dore and his team invited us on to promote our mutual aid after we criticized them. So they say Jimmy Dore has thin skin, Rome. Jimmy Dore had thin skin, but we criticized him multiple times, never canceled us.
Look, you want me to hold this nigga accountable?
These people multiple times. One thing, I'll pass to you, Rome. I defended Bree countless times from liberal mobs. Defended Dr. Cornel West countless times. Yeah. I criticized Bree because she propped up Marianne Williamson and all of a sudden canceled. I criticized Dr. Cornel West for praising Nazi, canceled. You notice how the PMCs are always, they be like, oh man, we love us some RBN. RBN, we dope with them. Bree, like, we dope with them. And then the second we criticize these people, they cut us off. They just want a group of working class people to give them legitimacy. They don't actually give a fuck about us. And then the second we criticize them and we tell them that they are off, they kick us to the curb because we are not doing the job that they want us to. I apologize, Rome. Feel free to chime in. I just had to get that off. I promise you guys.
Why in the world will I hold Jimmy Dore on, you know what I'm saying, on the same level or criticize him? Like, look, bro, you running for the president of the United States, dog. You got to take this criticism, right? Jimmy Dore is just some fucking comedian. I don't even listen to half his damn shows, right? Just like I don't even listen to half your damn speeches. But if you're running for office, I'm not about to hold y'all niggas like, oh, I should be talking shit about Jimmy Dore more than fucking Dr. Cornel West, who just praised Nazis and tripled the fuck down. Y'all not about to get me with this bullshit, man. And try to throw Jimmy Dore in the conversation to try to derail it from this nigga praising a fucking Nazi.
That's exactly what he's doing. Now do you guys see why I never bought the Jimmy Dore derangement bullshit? I never bought into it because I saw what they was doing with the Jimmy Dore derangement shit. They was using Jimmy Dore as a way to smear people who criticize Democrats and social democrats from their left, and I refuse to buy into it. And these people are furious because of that. I am more interested in holding these PMC motherfuckers who tell people to vote for Democrats over some hothead comedian who's not telling you to vote for politicians. How is this hard to tell? How is it hard to understand? And even despite that, we still criticized him. But the only difference is Jimmy Dore didn't go on an unhinged rant smearing us because he couldn't handle our criticism. Anyway, let's continue. Let's get into the video because we're 25 minutes in. This shit is beyond cringe. I had people messaging me, begging me to cover this. I was about to be done, as I said in the beginning of the video. I was about to be done with this. We said our truth, and I'm about to move on. I got a lot of important stuff to cover. But Then he go on Bad Faith podcast, and he didn't say, "Oh man, I admit I was wrong." He goes ahead and gives the most cringeworthy. You can only describe it as a meltdown interview, where even the Bad Faith podcast, the PMC class that follows Bad Faith, even they was turning on Dr. West.
Yeah,
Like,
I saw them comments. I was like, damn.
So, guys, even though we are personally involved in this, just know everyone sees through Dr. West, and we're gonna have a fun time reading the comments because I read about 100 of them, and there was not one, not one positive comment about Dr. West after his unhinged meltdown during this interview. So let's watch. We did a 25-minute intro to this, so let's dive in.
So I heard you allude to people within our left community who we might describe, or maybe you did just describe, as petty, putting their own personal interests first. And it seems to me a pretty clear allusion to some of the controversy that has been surrounding your campaign for a few reasons. One seems most recently are comments that you made after Alexei Navalny's death that people took offense to because it seemed like it was perhaps drawing an equivalency between someone who has made bigoted anti-Arab statements in the past, despite being wrongly killed in prison by an authoritarian government.
Dude,
So you guys see what I'm talking about? You guys see what I'm talking about?
that nigga died of a fucking blood clot. Blood clot.
So we at RBN, we were about to take Dr. Cornel West's doctorate degree away from him. Sir, that doctorate degree is about to be mine by the end of the stream because I exposed you in the last stream for having no intellectual curiosity. And now we are a group of PMCs. Bree, you host The Hill Rising. You host The Hill. Are you guys are trying to tell me that Bree, Anna Joy Gray, who hosts The Hill, who is about 2 times smarter than me, doesn't know that Navalny died of a blood clot? Are you guys really trying to tell me that Bree, who is 2 times smarter than me, really believe the CIA talking points about Navalny, that Putin, who is fighting the war, randomly decided to have Navalny killed as his wife is about to give an address in Germany? We told you guys this shit didn't make sense at face value, but Bree takes it at face value. Bree says that he was killed by the authoritarian government in Russia. He died of a blood clot, and that was confirmed by Ukrainian intelligence. You work for The Hill Rising, and you don't know that, Bree? Dr. Cornel West, you have a doctorate, and you don't know that? You guys don't have no critical thinking. You guys don't even think. You guys assume State Department talking points is always correct. But you got a doctorate degree. We are taking away that doctorate degree this stream. Because this is another thing that I know that you don't know. Do you guys know that Navalny took bribes and coerced for bribes from the MI6 and the CIA to overthrow the government and stage a color revolution? Do you guys know that? Do you know that? The host of The Hill Rising? Do you guys know that Dr. Cornel West with a doctorate degree? No? We don't. We know that though.
I'm pretty sure Dr. Cornel West knows. He's just trying to play his part. And like you said before on the stream, on the last stream that I was on, that he just trying to play his part to get the liberals to like him. He's tap dancing for these liberals, and he got the nerve to say that anybody is on the plantation, while this man is steady tap dancing for white supremacy. White supremacists, yes, liberals are white supremacists in the U.S. So yeah, he's trying to get those votes. He don't need our votes. He don't need our support. So he's doing his fucking job.
You guys see the lack of intellectual curiosity? There's no curiosity. Bree, like now I heard MSNBC and CNN say it, so I said it too. Putin killed Navalny. We said on the show, and I explained this with Comrade Misty, it makes no sense for Putin to kill Navalny. What sense does it make after the Tucker Carlson interview, a ton of positive PR for Putin? His wife is about to give a speech at some neocon conference in Munich. He kills him now? That makes zero sense. If you have critical thinking skills, you know that makes zero sense. But they don't think. They're not curious. They heard MSNBC said it. They read a New York Times article about it. Her friend Robbie probably told her about it, and then she just fucking took it at face value. At RBN, what we do is we critically question everything that comes from the government and the PMC class. The people in the PMC left, they are inherently incapable of doing such a thing because they are Western chauvinists who inherently want to believe the Western agenda. But anyway, let's continue the video. Anything else you want to say before we move on? Let's continue. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to stop it that early. I'm probably gonna stop it a lot. This stream, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys because I made a little bit through this video. I was like, bro, what? So I had to cover them getting this issue wrong that RBN got right. Once again, this is why they hate RBN, because we get shit right and they get shit wrong. It is quite literally that simple.
It ain't that they get it wrong, bro. I swear this shit is like TikTok for YouTube. It's basically they dragging on the fucking story. Follow me for part 2 type shit. And we just say it. And they like, nigga, you fucking killing the suspense. But they know what the fuck going on, because we know what the fuck going on. They know what the fuck going on.
So what these shitlibs will have us believe is that Putin is the greatest, most efficient killer that we ever seen, Rome. So Putin is able to perfectly assassinate people with 100% efficiency without any casualties. Meanwhile, you have Israel that try to kill fucking Hamas and they kill thousands of civilians. You have the United States that have a 90% civilian drone strike rate. They kill 95% plus civilians whenever they try to assassinate targets. So at least Putin does a great job of killing their enemies, apparently. If you are dumb enough to believe that. If you're dumb enough to believe that Putin and Russia is somehow uniquely authoritarian, that is what your doctorate degree gives you. Anti-Russia, anti-communist hysteria. This is why RBN in Rome, we are taking your doctorate degree away, Dr. Cornel West, because wait till we get to his part, and we're going to school every single line, every single thing he says. We are going to utterly eviscerate his arguments throughout the course of this stream. One more thing I'm going to say, I'm going to explain to you guys the difference between a smear and a criticism. At no point did RBN ever smear Dr. Cornel West. Find us the clip. I would say before this, obviously I'm very animated, very hostile now, but before this, every criticism that we had was based on things that Dr. Cornel West said and things that he has done. Cause and effect. If you don't make these choices, we don't criticize you. It's as simple as that. Cause, effect, action, criticism. You guys notice when they criticize us, they never pull up shit we say. They never show what we do. We say we're going to criticize you because you do this. They have to lie about it and say we don't engage in activism, that we on the Jimmy Dore plantation. You guys notice how they constantly got to lie about us? Meanwhile, what we do, I don't lie about you. I criticize statements that you make, tweets that you make.
And you know how fucked up that is, bro? Because you know how hard it is to be a black network talking about the shit that we talk about and still be here, still have our goddamn platform across these. You know how much work and sacrifice that we made just to talk to these people? And you just take it all away and give it to a white man. How the fuck? And I swear, bro, it's fucked up. Because all the work that we have did from Fairhampton Leftist to RBN, the shit on the ground. This shit is stressing. I'm spending time away from my kids. We stand up all night. We having these meetings, yelling at each other and all kind of shit, right? All the sacrifice that we are doing and we are making, and they just like, yeah, this Jimmy Dore talking point. This is Jimmy Dore plantation. What? Jimmy Dore don't even sound like fucking RBN. Listen to our shows. Listen to our shows. There's a fucking difference, a big difference. But we know how to, like, whatever. Go ahead.
You know how you know a sign of a grifter channel? A channel that says they don't condemn Hamas. A channel that said he actually commends Hamas when white America hates Hamas. So white America demanded Dr. Cornel West to condemn Hamas, and he said, "Yes, sir. Yes, Amasa. I'm quick to condemn Hamas." Hamas should never defended themselves against brutal Israeli oppression. He said Hamas launched a brutal attack. So white America demands Dr. Cornel West to condemn Hamas, and he says, "Yes, massa. Yes, massa. I'm going to condemn Hamas," just like you said. Meanwhile, RBN, I said I commend Hamas. I want them to win on Israel, but I'm the grifter.
Man, what we gotta do is tell you niggas to vote.
A grifter, but you constantly putting your finger in the air and saying shit so the liberal class likes you not. But sorry, Pat, I'm actually Roman. Continue. Guys, go ahead.
If we wanted to be grifters, we have enough information and enough finesse to do it. I mean, we might lose our base, but we will grow another one. More people will come because people love to be lied to, especially liberals. And you got black people. No, fuck the liberals. We're going for the big money. We're going for MAGA money. Fuck it. Right? You can just MAGA it out. And Trump, and how these fucking white people throwing all these thousands of dollars at us because we make them feel good and we lie to them. Now, we could have been took the easy way out, but we are putting the target on our backs and our heads, not only by talking about these things to thousands of people throughout the world, but actually putting mutual aid, building mutual aid organizations. Like, this is next level type shit. We're not just some YouTubers. It's levels to this shit. And look, if we wanted the money, if money was that important, I'll just tell you niggas to vote for Trump. I'll tell you niggas to vote for Biden, and I'll be done with it. I would have been in the fucking mansion by now.
These PMC scumbags think being a revolutionary is what a grift is. It's so fucking absurd on face value. Let's start the video. This is not Ron. Let me know how you're doing on time. You had a long day. Ron was out there feeding people. Yeah. Even though Dr. Cornel West was smearing us, Ron was out there putting the work today. So Ron, if you get tired, if you need to take a break, just let me know. Yeah. This is definitely not going to be a 1 hour stream. You got started. Maybe not even 90 minutes. So, because I'm gonna get through as much of this video as I can. So, Ron, just let me know when you're getting tired. Let me know when you got dip or whatever. Because we are just now getting into the interview. 30 minutes in, you guys see I had a lot to say off my chest. Dr. Cornel West really wanted to have this rap battle. It's on. You guys think I was going hard earlier? Nigga, I'm about to take your doctorate degree. You notice that I'm not calling him all in the title of my tweets. He's Cornel West. You are Cornball West. Your doctorate degree is mine, sir. I don't respect your PMC titles. Your PMC titles led you to praise a white supremacist Nazi scum. Your PMC title, this doctorate degree, led you to be weak on white supremacy. This doctorate degree led you to vote for genocide Joe Biden. Fuck your doctorate degree. Fuck all your doctorate degrees. I'm glad I'm a college dropout. Fuck all your degrees. I'm never calling you motherfuckers doctors ever again. I'm taking that shit. RBN's taking that shit. The proletariat never taking that shit seriously again. Let's get started, Cornball West. You're not a doctor. Do you think you're a doctor because white people say you're a doctor? I am saying it right now. You're not a doctor. You are an intellectual fraud who praised CIA Nazis and don't know basic shit like Navalny got killed by a blood clot. You're a fucking cornball. You're not a doctor.
And not even that, he couldn't even wait. He couldn't even wait until the autopsy came out to blame it on Russia.
I went on Rachel Maddow. He like, man, I heard Rachel Maddow did a great fucking segment on Brother Navalny. Sister Maddow was killing it on Navalny. So he just heard Rachel Maddow. He heard Sister Joanne Reed talk about how Navalny was killed by Putin. He like, all right, they got degrees too, so I trust them. Fuck them proletariats. They don't where their degrees at. Fuck your degrees. Fuck your doctorate. Fuck your doctorate. Everyone who criticized me for uplifting this motherfucker was right. I should never, ever listen to you PMC scum. You guys have no idea the beast you unleashed. You thought we was mean on you motherfuckers before? Woo! You guys thought we was mean before. You guys thought we was mean in the year 2023.
And we weren't even being mean. We wasn't even being mean. We was just holding you accountable. We was just keeping up our end of the deal. When you fuck up, you say some shit. We like, no, don't say that. Say that. We was literally baby stepping this nigga. Watch the fucking the interviews when he first started coming on RBN. Nick and CJ basically got this nigga in fucking middle school. No, talk like this, say this. I'm like, oh God, it's embarrassing, but it's good to have him on the show so he can learn. Did he learn? No. What did he do? It was something that he did like right after that. He constantly fuck up, constantly say some dumb shit. And we're supposed to take him serious and not say anything about it because you graced us with your presence on my fucking network. Nigga, fuck you.
Nigga, fucking children of slave owners gave him a doctorate and they want us to take that seriously. You got your doctorate from a fucking Zionist institution. Go fuck yourself. Let's continue. Or let's start, I should say.
Right.
Let's start.
So, Dr. West, I heard you allude to people within our left community who we might describe, or maybe you did just describe, as petty, putting their own personal interests first. And it seems to me a pretty clear allusion to some of the controversy that has been surrounding your campaign for a few reasons. One seems most recently are comments that you made after Alexei Navalny's death that people took offense to because it seemed like it was perhaps drawing an equivalency between someone who has made bigoted anti-Arab statements in the past, despite being wrongly killed in prison by an authoritarian government. People felt like lumping him together or putting him side by side with some other people whose kind of political projects have been more in line with our own, devalued the political projects of people on the left who were part of that posting in comparison. And also there's been some controversy or some questions about the trajectory of your presidential campaign and the choice to leave NPP for the Green Party and then leave the Green Party to run as an independent. And now the creation of your new party has raised
these are all legitimate criticisms. I thank Bree for that. That's why even with all the disagreements and whatnot, Bree isn't as left as me. I wouldn't even imagine anybody being as left as me in my own mind, because the shit that I say to y'all is only a minuscule of what I actually think and what I'm actually trying to build on the ground. But I like that she's not leaving out real RBN criticisms, as in you praising Nazis. You know what I'm saying? You doing this, you doing this. She's asking them real questions, not beating around the bush. I like this. I like that.
Yeah, she did. This is a good job in the beginning here. Let's continue.
Green Party to run as an independent, and now the creation of your new party has raised some questions about the kind of integrity of the party, the direction of the party, and whether or not people should invest in the party. So I wondered if we could take those in turn, perhaps giving you an opportunity to address the Navalny criticism. We'll get into that a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, one, you're absolutely right. I mean, the problem is it really is a distraction in light of what Brother Aaron was doing. See, I have very deep, genuine prayers for both Brother Aaron and his precious family. You see, as a Christian, I don't take seriously anybody trying to regulate who I pray for. See, that has itself a kind of authoritarian spirit, if not a fascist sensibility.
If you hold him accountable, if you hold someone running for president accountable, you are authoritarian now. You guys see how Dr. Cornel West wants to create a culture, and you're going to pick this up throughout the rest of his answer. He wants to create a culture where he is above criticism. If you criticize him, you are an authoritarian. Dr. Cornel West, your faith is not above criticism. I have praised you for your faith in the past. I said, I'm glad that Dr. Cornel West, and this is a quote, because, unlike you, I don't smear the people who I criticize. So despite my criticism, I said, I like the fact that Dr. Cornel West take his faith and leads it to an anti-war position. But I was apparently wrong, because what Dr. Cornel West does, he takes his faith and uses it as a shield to justify the fact that he praises CIA fucking ops and repeat Democratic Party talking points. So as he calling Brother Navalny and Brother Biden, is he saying Brother Nick and CJ anymore? No, he can't even say our fucking name. We gotta say we're on the Jimmy Dore plantation. So your faith deflection is bullshit. You don't use your Christianity as a shield. You're either right or you're either wrong. And the PMC class set up a system in a culture where there's no accountability. And the second that there's accountability, they're like, oh my God, you're authoritarian. When I start watching this, I'm like, bro, 20 seconds in, he's already doubling down. The ego on this guy. But anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead,
and I don't give a damn. Like, bro, I will judge you. Even as an atheist, I'm still going to judge you. If you pray for a Nazi, you pray for a white supremacist, the fuck wrong with you? Yeah, I'm still going to judge you. You fucking weak.
Let's continue.
To that a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, one, you're absolutely right. I mean, the problem is it really is a distraction in light of what Brother Aaron was doing. See, I have very deep, genuine prayers for both Brother Aaron and his precious family. You see, as a Christian, I don't take seriously anybody trying to regulate who I pray for. See, that has itself a kind of authoritarian spirit, if not a fascist sensibility. When we're critical of—
So if you criticize Dr. Cornel West for praising a Nazi, you're a fascist. Are you an adult or a toddler, sir? That is really one of the most childish arguments I have ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah.
But he thinks he's the intellectually mature one.
Give me old enough to be our granddad.
Give me your fucking doctorate degree, you child. You calling people fascists for criticizing you now? What the fuck is wrong with you? And we are literally 20 seconds in. I'm sorry, Ron. Let's let it continue. That's my bad. I'll let it continue. But boy, you guys see, I'm struggling with this motherfucker.
who you pray for. Well, I'm a free man. I pray for anybody I want to pray for. I'm praying for Aaron. I've been praying for Mumia and Leonard and so forth. You see. And anybody who's falsely accused and has to wrestle with state-sponsored torture and now maybe state-sponsored murder, you pray for his family. Stella Assange said the same thing. And of course, I've been in deep South there, Julian, now for over 10 years.
We just explained that Navalny was killed by a blood clot. There is no evidence that Russia killed Navalny. And by the way, and I can find the receipt for you guys. I don't have it, but I showed you guys before. Navalny was caught on tape asking for $20 million from the MI6 so he can start a color revolution. Highly illegal in every country that ever existed in the history of humanity. But Dr. Cornel West said he was wrongfully imprisoned. So when you guys see how he uses his faith to show the fact that you are factually wrong about this, let's continue.
Being there, the embassy with him, you pray for his family. Stella Assange said the same thing. And of course, I've been in deep South there, Julian, now for over 10 years in terms of being there. In the embassy with him in London, and me and Roger Waters and others raising money for him in New York, and with his blessed father and brother Gabriel and John with them in Washington, D.C. So when I read this piece, I was told about it. When I was told about it, well, I'm praying for the family, and then here's people saying, well, he's giving a eulogy, as if he's giving a eulogy for a Nazi, because people are saying sometimes he's a Nazi supervisor. I'm walking down the street, the brother walks up to me and said, Brother West, I didn't know you were a Nazi sympathizer.
Me neither.
Oh, you guys see why he's melting down now? This motherfucker getting called out in real life. Nigga, can you imagine being called out in real life for praising a Nazi? This nigga got called out in real life. This like, bro, I thought you was legit. I didn't know you was praising Nazis, bro.
Well, you should have said like shit. You should have known from my vote for Biden, but whatever, brother.
They called this man in the streets and like, bro, is this you, sir? And by the way, he said he implied that he didn't give a eulogy to him. You called him courageous, sir. It is not courageous to betray your people to a hostile foreign intelligence agency and overthrow the will of the people. You guys know how this is why we don't let people get shit wrong. He got shit wrong, and now his feelings are hurt. Why is it so hard for this motherfucker just to simply say, I got it wrong?
Because you poor didn't go to fucking college. That's why. You don't have the credentials that I have.
Exactly.
That's how they feel.
Motherfucking West, nigga. Don't you know I'm going Anderson Cooper, nigga? Don't you know who the fuck I am, bro? I was Bernie Sanders. I got his phone number, bro. Nigga, I graduated from Harvard, nigga. Sean Handy is my friend. He called me my friend, bro. Who the fuck you think you are? Nigga, you think you know more than me? That's the ego of this motherfucker. You are factually wrong, sir. And you're willing to die on this hill to admit that a bunch of college dropouts are right on this criticism of you. Let's continue. Anyway, let's continue. We 3 minutes in. This is already hilarious. This is already hilarious. I'll go back just a little bit first so you guys have context, and I'll let it continue.
Told about it. Well, I'm praying for the family, and then here's people saying, well, he's giving a eulogy, as if he's giving a eulogy for a Nazi because people are saying sometimes he's a Nazi supervisor. I'm walking down the street, the brother walks up to me and said, Brother West, I didn't know you were a Nazi sympathizer. I said, what you mean? Nazi sympathizer?
I can't imagine.
Down to Charlottesville, put life on the line against these
Bro,
gangsters.
this man said I'm not a Nazi sympathizer. I called out Charlottesville. Bro, you think your fucking virtue signals about Charlottesville, those feds, it wipes away the fact that you praise someone who went
Nancy Pelosi knelt and Keith, nigga. So you know they had.
Bro, you calling out Charlottesville does not erase the fact that you voted for Jim Crow Joe. Are you serious? He like, nigga, you guys think I'm praising Nazi, white supremacists, nigga? Don't you know I called out Charlottesville? How does that erase you praising Navalny and voting for white supremacist scum like Genocide Joe? How does it, sir?
Brother Biden.
Wait, no. I let continue.
No, I'm just tired.
I'm having fun. This is a fun stream. Like, if you guys want to see substance, check out my hotspot video I made about Aaron Bushnell. Check out the 3-hour live stream I did on Nick and CJ today. But this man had to talk shit, so we have to get you, bro. I gotta take your doctorate degree today because no one's gonna take you seriously as an intellectual after this stream. So your doctorate degree is mine, sir, because I'm gonna expose you by having no intellectual curiosity and being regressed. You think Rachel Maddow and all these people are smart. Anyway, let's get. I'm sorry, I don't want to go on another rant.
Yeah.
I'll let it continue. I cut myself off there. Let's continue.
I didn't know you were a Nazi sympathizer. I said, what you mean? Nazi sympathizer? I'm going down to Charlottesville, put life on the line against these gangsters. What are you talking about? Well, people are writing on the internet, and particular individuals talking about you eulogize a Nazi and you praise another Nazi. But see, this kind of pettiness for me simply
So calling out someone for praising white supremacists who said that all Muslims are cockroaches and he wanted to deport them using violence, that's petty? You guys see how Dr. Cornel West is trying to establish a culture where you cannot criticize the PMC class? Being weak on white supremacy is not a petty issue, Dr. West. Repeating CIA propaganda and being wrong on this issue, lying that saying Putin killed Navalny is not petty. It would be petty if it was maybe a school teacher. Imagine we were doing segments calling out Becky in Michigan. You see what Becky tweeted? She got 50 friends, and we just calling her out every day. I would get it then. But sir, you are running for president of the United States. You unserious clown.
This is how you know that they are contradicting themselves, because if we was just some podcasters or niggas that have been talking shit and we petty, why even respond to us? You know what I do to a troll? I just mute and block. I just mute and block and be on about my day and not even think about you again. You know we have legit criticisms, and you know we have the platform to call your ass out on it to get more eyes on it and wake people up. And that's what you are afraid of. Actually waking people up to your bullshit that you have been spewing for fucking generations now. You have been walking the line. So fucking generations, and to sit here and try to, make fun of us, and throw revolutionary and quotations, and you don't even have a party of your own, my nigga. You got to jump from here to there. You don't have, what have you done that is so fucking radical that we're looking at you like, oh, well, Dr. Cornel West, he's the fucking best fucking civil rights leader in the fucking. No, you're not even a top 10 civil rights leader. You're not even top 20 civil rights leader, my nigga.
He's still alive. It says it all, right? He's still alive. Let's continue the video. There's gonna be a lot.
Go walk the line somewhere, old man. We doing work over here.
So Dr. Cornel West is showing solidarity for Brother Navalny, despite the fact that he's a white supremacist, because he falsely claims that Russia cooked up an allegation against him, even though, actually, I will find the video. I will literally search for it, where despite the fact that Alexei Navalny was caught trying to overthrow his government using the CIA and MI6. But Dr. West said that Jimmy Dore is a Trumper because he stood up for the January 6th protesters who was locked up by the police state. So Dr. Cornel West wants people to be locked up because of January 6th, but he defends Brother Navalny. You are full of contradictions, sir. Give me your doctorate degree, sir. You're a doctor with these kind of contradictions. He had Trump derangement syndrome, so you want to see all January 6th protesters locked up, even though there was a bunch of drunk rednecks at a protest at the Capitol with no guns.
No guns.
Alvani, who tried to overthrow the government using the CIA, that's a contradiction. Give me your doctorate. Let's continue.
Life on the line against these gangsters. What are you talking about? Well, people are writing on the internet, and particular individuals talking about you eulogize a Nazi and you praise another Nazi. But see, this kind of pettiness for me simply it just shows a deep problem. It's a spiritual problem. It's a moral problem, and it has to be addressed explicitly. And of course, it's a whole little slice of the left. It's not broad left, but it's part of a left that has been so neglected.
He talking about the damn workers. He's like, these goddamn fucking workers. They won't fall in line with my civility policies. They keep calling me out. Don't they know I'm Dr. fucking Cornel West? Nigga, you don't call me out. I'm Dr. West. You don't call me out. You got to see the ego. These fucking workers are calling me out. Do you understand that we view you as a child? Do the POC realize how emotionally unintelligent that they seem to us? The workers who go through struggles and shit every day? Nigga, he complaining that people are holding him accountable when he's running for president. Nigga, you are a child, sir. Give me your doctorate. You're not emotionally
There's no way he would be able to handle Trump. There's no way. If they had, let's say if he did good enough in the general to get on the debate stage, if they have a debate, man, Trump will eat his ass alive. Get the fuck out of here.
Trump will eat this nigga. Bro, he was start complaining like, you being racist. You're attacking me as a black man. He would start using liberal talking, but he start using identity politics. That's all he has. He is unserious. And I apologize, and I take my L for ever giving him a second of credibility. That's me willing to hold myself accountable, unlike this ego-driven motherfucker. I take that L every day of the week. I go on every live stream, and I do admit I brag a lot. You know what I mean? I went through mental health crisis. I was depressed in my teenage years. I almost fucking shot myself when I was 18, 19 years old. Mm-hmm. So I told myself that I'm going to have extreme confidence in myself. And when I got myself out of this depression, I said I'm going to have radical love for myself. So I do brag a lot. I reinforce myself a lot because that would stop myself from blowing my brains out. But because I brag a lot, I also wanted to admit when I deserve an L. And I do deserve an L for ever taking this motherfucker ever seriously. The second when we got to actually know him, he shows his true colors. Never, ever meet your hero, friend. I am warning you.
Never trust a liberal.
Never trust a
liberal. I don't give a damn what shade of color they come in. And we have been telling you guys for hundreds. Communists have been telling you guys, I mean, not even just communists, even the fucking conservatives. They'd have been stabbing them niggas in the back for hundreds of years also. All groups agree with one thing. Never trust the liberal. We might be all against each other, but we all agree on one thing. Never trust the liberal. And for some reason, I know you guys have good in your heart. You want to see the good in people and shit like that. But sometimes niggas just evil. Sometimes the nigga's just trying to use you as a stepping stone. Sometimes the nigga's just trying to use your platform to spread his propaganda. And that's the fucking truth. Because I have done it before. I have done evil things. I'm still a fucking evil man at heart. You know how much evil I want to do, but I can't because of surveillance now. But let's be real here. People are fucked up, especially in the US. Look at all these people that's cheering for genocide, for one. People are fucked up here. And to be a liberal in this political climate as an old-ass black man is fucking impossible. You know what my granddad was doing? He was out protesting. My granddad was protesting before I was even born, while I was being born. He died on the fucking streets protesting and fighting for fucking civil rights. Niggas will never hear of him. But we have this motherfucker walking the line telling you, oh, my brother Biden, my brother this, my brother that. But these black men are on a plantation? How insulting is that after all the work? And I still called you doctor. I never really insulted you. I said that you're not strong enough to be called my leader. I don't look at you as a leader, but that's a legit criticism because what the fuck have you done with your time? You have aligned yourself with the PMC class. You have got all these fucking doctorates to make yourself look good in front of all these white people. So when you come around them, they say, "Oh, Dr. Cornel West is one of the good ones," because that's all a degree does for a black man. Because it barely gets you a fucking job, but at least you can say, "I'm one of the good ones. I'm not a ghetto motherfucker like them RBN poor motherfuckers," right? It's insulting. You have been fucking up since the fucking 90s and got the nerve to try to say anybody else isn't revolutionary. If anybody lack revolutionary discipline, it's you. Because what would I be doing at your age? You know how I would be. You know how I would sound at his age.
Exactly.
Especially with the education that he had a chance to take advantage of that I never would have. I had to drop out as soon as I got to fucking high school. I had to go to trade school just to shut my mama the fuck up because I wasn't learning. I just wasn't there. How is it that we know these things? We know. Come on, man. And this is where control opposition comes into play because niggas just want to stay alive. Niggas gonna shuck and jive to stay alive because they know what has happened to the leaders before them. They know they're not willing to take that sacrifice for something that's greater and bigger than them. And that's exactly why he is still alive. They probably wouldn't even let me get that fucking O. Fuck out of here.
Dr. Cornel West, you snowflake. Do you think that we was being soft on you before? You think we were being hard on you before? You think that we was being mean before, sir? Guys,
you anti-communism bullshit, and you got the nerve to sit here and still praise Marxist-Leninists, black Marxist-Leninists, motherfucker. You got all these contradictions. Pick a side. Stop walking the line. This is what I hate about these motherfuckers who got all this money. Man, dog, they so out of touch. And this is how I always say money don't make you smart. Money don't make you smart because ain't no way you sit here and praise a Fred Hampton a Malcolm X or Black Panther Party, but you're not learning from their teachings. You're not principled in their teachings. Yeah, you read the book, but are you doing anything that they taught you? No, you haven't. Because if you have 1 million followers on Twitter, you have millions of followers across this globe. You could have been did something. You probably could have been unstoppable. You could have built an army of black people around this fucking nation. But you use this to get rich, to rub elbows with the PMC, to show these people that I'm not one of them. And then when you come over here with us, oh man, I was gonna bring my gangster out. What gangster, nigga?
Man.
What gangster? Because we've been missing the gangster in you from the fucking 90s when Sister Soldier kicked your motherfucking ass all across national TV. Where was that then? Where was the gangster at when motherfuckers was getting their asses beat? Now, I ain't gonna lie, you had all the heat for Barack Obama. But what is the point of that? Like, this is, again, control opposition, political theater. Why did you vote for his fucking VP who he didn't, Obama didn't pick Joe Biden because he wasn't a racist man. He picked him to show the people, like, look, I would compromise with the fucking racists.
This boy, Dr. Cornel West thought we was hard on him before. Dude, I'm so tired of these PMC sellouts. Like, you guys have no idea what this last year has done to me, man. Between the Marianne Williamson sellouts who attacked us for going after her, between the Black Power Media PMC sellouts that betrayed us and smeared us, and now we're being smeared by Dr. Cornel West, guys. If you guys thought that we was mean before, You guys have no idea the beast these motherfuckers awaken in 2024. You guys have no idea. I am done. Completely done.
Never trust a nigga that won't fucking line up his mustache.
I'm done. All of these PMC motherfuckers. I am a Marxist-Leninist, and I am done playing with you motherfuckers now. Because every time I let you motherfuckers get close, it bites me in the ass. I am done. You guys thought we was mean before. You guys have no idea what's coming. No idea what's coming. I'm tired of this bullshit. I'm tired of you guys lying about us. I'm tired of the intellectual dishonesty from the PMC class. RBN is the anti-professional managerial class network. You're either a class traitor or you are our enemy. I am saying it right now. If you thought we was mean before, wait till this year. Between Black Power Media PMCs, Dr. Cornel West, and all these motherfuckers leading the workers off the cliff, I'm done. We were just getting started. Let's continue this video. Man, it actually gets more cringe, believe it or not.
Of course, it's a whole little slice of the left. It's not broad left, but it's part of a left that has been so neglected and so disrespected that they primarily look for put down in order to get various kinds of clicks and various kinds of markets. And so the independent media.
You know what you do when you're looking for clicks and markets? You know what you do when if you're looking for the grift? You praise Hamas. That's what you do.
No, you praise Israel. You praise Israelis. That's the money. That's where the fucking money. Imagine us being pro-Israel. What, man? Well, man, we'd be fucking millionaires.
The grift is telling people to not vote for Jim Crow Joe instead of what you did, telling people to vote for Jim Crow Joe, which led to a genocide, sir. So you telling people to vote for Jim Crow Joe, not a grift. Us telling people to engage in mutual aid and leaving the two-party system, a grift. Do you guys see why I'm done with the PMCs? Because they take this shit seriously. If you ask the audience of the PMC channels, they hate RBN. Because I told you, workers, they love RBN. The PMC class, fucking grifters. What the fuck these workers think they are talking shit about politics? What the fuck they get their grift from?
Like we don't have a right to talk about politics that affect our lives. Like we don't get to talk about politics that affect our lives. And if you're running to be the fucking president of the United States, we have every right to fucking criticize you, West. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Dog, you would not be able to handle Tucker Carlson, none of these motherfuckers who, if they put you in a hot seat. Because what can you like, and what has he actually said so far to be like, no, they are wrong. He's not a Nazi. Here's the proof of this. I didn't praise not. Oh, he says, oh, I'm not a Nazi sympathizer. I stood up for this fight. Nigga, we have white supremacists and all these ex-Nazis with Black Lives Matter protests. Who the fuck cares? Fuck you talking about?
So as he called independent media, because remember, look at our feed. You guys see the clip where I cover how the PMC class hates independent media. You had our friend do this at the Julian Assange rally, independent media, another channel that's critical of Dr. Cornel West. I covered the Palestine movement in March in Kansas City. I posted multiple speeches that went viral on Twitter, including the elder Palestinian that explained the history of Israel. You know, real citizen journalism, me breaking stories. Dr. Cornel West has disdain for citizen journalism. He thinks citizen journalism is a grift. Of course we want clicks because a citizen journalist wants as many people to see the expose of the empire as possible. Dr. Cornel West wants us to mute ourselves. We want you to have a channel, but don't go after clicks. What are you talking about? We are a citizen journalist here to expose the empire. I want as many people to see that as possible. You guys see the disdain he has towards independent media? And as he calls us grifters, this is Dr. Cornel West. We are grifters, apparently, for calling this out. Another criticism that I have had. What is your plan to get on the ballot, sir? We criticized Dr. Cornel West for leaving the Green Party because the Green Party got ballot access. You guys know Dr. Jill Stein, who I will call Dr. not Cornball West. You know she won the Missouri primary in the Green Party. She's scheduled to be on the ballot in Missouri because I voted for her twice. I know. You know who's not going to vote for Dr. Cornel West even if I wanted to? No one in Missouri. Not a single motherfucker, you inefficient grifter. This man got 150 $140,000 in January and spent $0 on ballot access. You know, the most important thing to do as a third-party candidate, and you call us a grifter? You grifting old-ass motherfucker. You grifted $140,000 from the working class, and you have ballot access nowhere. Even if niggas watching this stream and they disagree with me, they're like, no, nigga, Dr. Cornel West is still my hero. Even if they still saying that, they can't vote for your ball ass. Because you did this. Remember, cause and effect. Dr. Cornel West does something stupid, RBN criticizes him. Do you guys think we wanted to criticize him? We like, why are you doing this stupid shit? So he does this stupid shit.
Because I remember we talked about this, Nick. We talked about this. We did y'all did a show with him. I think it was all of us, me, you, and CJ. We did a show with him. Then he went on Twitter and said some dumb shit. So we all talking about it. We like, look, next show we do with him, let's just try to walk him through it, right? So this next interview, you and CJ, I'm not on that show. We're trying to walk him through it. Like, look, talk like this, walk like this, say that. This is how you're gonna get, the left on your side and not just these liberals. Man, that motherfucker went back on Twitter and said some more dumb shit. I'm just like, when y'all gonna be done with this nigga, dog? Because you can't teach an old dog new tricks. I'm sorry, but he's done. And I feel like all this hissy fit bullshit is just him dialing down, getting ready to drop out because $100,000 in just January, nigga, you broke. You know how much? It costs like $5 million to even run for mayor in a small town. You broke. You can't survive. You can't survive this. You can't survive a presidential campaign. You can't even. Come on, man. You can't even pay for an advertisement with $100,000. It costs $1 million to get advertisement.
I 100% agree with CJ. Well, I was talking to CJ earlier. This motherfucker got heat from his class because this motherfucker would start pulling from Biden. So then he started tanking his campaign. He left the Green Party to protect Joe Biden. And then he was like, I'm going to run a third-party campaign where I waste the resources of third parties to help the Democrats. I am 100% convinced of that. This man decided to tank his campaign when it came out that he was polling around 5% in the Green Party. He panicked and left the party. And then he took over $100,000 from the working class in 1 month and decided to spend none on ballot access. This motherfucker was an agent designed to siphon revolutionaries' successful energy from third parties. And we sniffed this motherfucker out from the very beginning. And that made him very upset because he wanted to turn us to a media arm. Remember, he wanted to turn us to a media arm so we wouldn't ask these questions. So if he continued to butter us up, and we continue to be nice to him, we won't look at the FEC filings. And we won't ask him questions about ballot access. That was his goal. So after we sniffed him out and we called him out for the grifter that he is, he then decided to smear us because he got feelings hurt because his PMC tactics of winking and nodding us didn't work. So let me read a tweet just in case you're only listening. And because of the FEC filings that just came out. Independent presidential candidate, Dr. West, raised $140.9 thousand in January, so 1 month. It spent $124K with ballot access and signature collection, accounting for approximately 0% of the spending. But you think we was gonna be okay with this, Cornel Grifter West? You siphoning $100,000 from the working class, and you can't even give those people an option who to vote for? You thought we was mean to you before? You have the nerve to call other people's grifters as you do this. So let's watch him make the argument where he comes out against independent media, because we know he's a big fan of Anderson Cooper and Sean Hannity, who he calls his brother all the time. So he's against independent media because we may tell the truth about neo-Nazi scum like Navalny. He's against independent media, and he continued to imply that people who are on YouTube, people making an existence as a working class journalist, like which I take pride on, because journalism used to be a working class profession. If you guys think a YouTube channel with 43,000 subscribers that divide everything down the middle, you think we are making a lot of money, you don't deserve a doctorate because you're a fucking idiot. You can see exactly how much money we make on our Patreon. It's $2,200. Take $2,200 and divide it by 6. We pay Aaron as well. So divide that shit, and then you can come up with our average salary. It is not a lot. Literally, look at our Patreon. You can see how much we make on YouTube. Take all that money and divide it by 6. That's how much we make.
Remember, I used to have to take a pay cut for a long ass time to even pay Sabi and JB. I'm like, fuck it. I'll take an L on this because we need Sabi and JB, and we need to pay them for their work. So, yeah.
So we are living on crumbs. You got JB who had a housing crisis. I had a housing crisis. That's why I had to move. I had my mother who has medical debt. Multiple people in my family who otherwise would have been homeless if I didn't invite them in. And we are making literally the poverty line when it comes to money. But Dr. Cornel West, an Ivy League grad who made hundreds of thousands of dollars in his career, is calling us a grifter. Do you guys see how this is class war? Dr. Cornel West despises citizen journalists for making a meager existence. As you make how much money, sir?
Man.
This is class war. You are disgusting. And I'm gonna let the clip continue because he dives more into this smear of citizen journalists, calling us grifters for calling you out for your FEC filings, for calling you out for being wrong on foreign policy. This is class war. The PMC willing to smear anyone in the working class who want to feed themselves. I'm sorry, sir. I want to fucking feed myself. I'm sorry. I want to pay my fucking rent, you rich motherfucker. I'm sorry. I don't want to starve to death doing this. God, this is the worst part of the interview. And look at our library. I just had a video with Keaton Wife and Do This where we cover Dr. Cornel West's slander of independent media, and he doubles down on it. So Dr. Cornel West sees a grifter like Tim Black, and he's like, this nigga Tim Black is legit. Meanwhile, RBN, we're grifters.
Birds of a feather, man.
You guys see how it's class war?
Oh, God.
God damn, these people are disgusting. I am done with these people. You guys have no idea how much being in community and seeing these people turn against me radicalizes me even more. I don't trust any single motherfucking PMC unless proven otherwise. Put your blood on the street. Put your wallet on the line. Until you do that, I don't trust you no more. And I have every right. Because ever since I got in this space, I've been smeared by every fucking PMC in the Bernie movement.
Yeah.
All these motherfuckers who used to like me, like Dr. Cornel West, he praised my Substacks articles, and the second I jumped to his left, he fucking smears me. I've been smeared by the entirety of the PMC class. I am done with them. I am done with all of them. You gotta put your fucking blood on the pavement for me to ever take you motherfuckers seriously ever again.
That's what these liberals and anti-communists do. They're gonna use you as long as they can, and then, like I said before, same with the Bernie movement. Before, when we was on 18, we was like, oh, hey, and then we was like, hold on, what the fuck did Bernie just say? Hey man, Bernie, you fucking up, blah blah. And everybody's like, whoa, he's the best thing we got. I mean, yeah, he fucked up this time, but he's not Biden, he's not Nancy Pelosi. I'm like, oh, y'all motherfuckers in the car.
All right, so let's continue the video. God damn, we're only 4 minutes in. So let's it get even more on hands. Let's continue. Just let me know how you're doing on time, Rome. I'm gonna go around 2 hours, 2:15. I'm cutting off around maybe 2
I'm gonna go get my water cup real quick though.
Yeah, feel free. Feel free to take breaks if you have to as well. Let's get back to the video.
Paul Street, who I think is one of the most insightful writers around, alongside Brother Chris Hedges and others, that it's clear that the independent media is not that independent. Put it that way. It's dependent on market. And by being dependent on market, you're looking for various clicks, you're looking for eyeballs, you're looking for views. And so the realities of the suffering that Brother Aaron's sacrifice highlights is subordinate to the put downs and the trashings and the takedowns that give you attention. And this goes all the way back to Brother Jimmy Dore. I talked about that in terms of the Jimmy Dore plantation. To the put downs and the trashings and the takedowns that give you attention. And this goes all the way back to Brother Jimmy Dore. I've talked about that in terms of the Jimmy Dore plantation and the folk on his plantation. And you can't really put white supremacy at the center. That's been part of my critique of the Green Party, right? Green Party got some of the best people in the world in terms of people who have a longevity.
Sir, the Green Party not only has reparations on the ballot, you won't catch the Green Party dead praising white supremacists. You won't praise us. You won't ever catch us praising white supremacists. And you guys see, he bring up the Jimmy Dore plantation. No, I even have to bring. Do I even address? I already destroyed that nonsense. The only person on the plantation is you, Dr. West. You was on the Jim Crow Joe plantation. That's why you dropped out of the Green Party, because you didn't want to hurt your friend Jim Crow Joe. If anyone's on the plantation, it's you. But I'm gonna let it continue. I don't want to get into another rant. I already went over why the Jimmy Dore plantation smear is bold. And it's an absurd strategy. So I'm gonna let it continue just for the sake of time. You guys already heard my take on that. It's so embarrassing, and it shows how desperate he is. It shows how emotionally immature he is, how hurt he is. You had the entirety of Black Twitter calling your cornball ass out, but you want to blame Jimmy Dore for that? Ajamu Baraka was calling your cornball ass out, but you want to blame Jimmy Dore for that? Margaret Kimberly was calling you out, but you want to blame Jimmy Dore for that? And he knows what he's doing because he got upset for Jimmy Dore implying that he's not a free-thinking Black man. But anyone to his left, any Black worker, he's going to be quick to question your freedom of thought. Let's continue.
Back to Brother Jimmy Dore. I've talked about that in terms of the Jimmy Dore plantation and the folk on his plantation. And you can't really put white supremacy at the center. That's been part of my critique of the Green Party, right? Green Party got some of the best people in the world in terms of people who have a longevity of struggle for justice. But there'll never be a left that doesn't put white supremacy and empire at the center. And the Green Party's never ever done that.
They have reparations on the ballot, and they oppose empire more than you do, sir. They're one to call out Navani. So despite any criticism people may have of the Green Party, what Dr. Cornel West is saying is false. Dr. Jill Stein is tougher on white supremacy than you are because she challenged Hillary Clinton. She challenged the Democratic Party while you voted for it. You voted for one of the most anti-Black politicians in the modern era. You voted for a guy who committed a genocide against the Palestinians, but you have the nerve to call the Green Party or anyone else weak on white supremacy. And you notice that he has not even come close to answering Bree's question, but I'm sorry. I gotta let it continue. I'm struggling to get through this video. Let's continue.
White supremacy and empire at the center. And the Green Party's never ever done that. And so therefore, that was one of the reasons why I couldn't stay. There was also personal reasons why, in terms of my own relations with Jill Stein, and I saw her up close, and what I saw I didn't like, and therefore there was no way I could be able to follow through in that regard. And that's tip of the iceberg. I'm not going to get into all the details and what have you. Of course, same was true with Brother Peter too. Sister Jill and Brother Peter saw him up close, didn't like what I saw, kept on moving. How come? Because I got one life to live. Oh, Sister Brianna, I got to focus on the people. I got to focus on how do you deal with the suffering. I got to focus on how we proceed. And the founding of the party was a matter, as you know, we already got Alaska. We got Oregon. We just got United Citizens, the all-Black party, South Carolina with the Nullums, magnificent folk.
You notice this motherfucker is not on the ballot in not a single swing state. Do you guys think that's a coincidence? I'll let it continue.
On the way to Utah and Nebraska, and the other states have yet to fully open. Meaning what? On the move. Some states, you have to have a party in order to keep the signatures down to 5,000. If you're independent, it could be 25,000. So we're moving again, jazz-like, improvisational, from state to state. One state I can be independent with 5, don't need the party. Another state, if I have a party, I can take it down to 5. Alaska, it was a Aurora party. Oregon, it was Progressive Party. Each one of them putting me on. Peace and Freedom Party in California now. I'm part of their nomination process. I'm trying to get on the ballot the best way I can.
So you're saying that I didn't realize this, that you're allowed to, on a state-by-state basis, run either as part of a party or independent in the same. Okay, that's interesting. And you're saying that choice is enabling you to get more access than running simply as an independent.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
almost three
that's
times
important.
as many signatures required if you're independent as opposed to having.
So how many states at present are people are going to, and how many states are people going to be able to vote for you today? And how many more do you anticipate being on before Election Day?
As of today, late February, Black History Month, Alaska, Aurora Party, first one. I salute the folks. And you know, God bless Alaska. Alaska looks more like the National Hockey League than it does the National Basketball Association, right? You got a lot of vanilla brothers and sisters up there. They're in the basic income, universal and basic income. I'm in universal basic. We have tremendous overlap. It's a beautiful thing. I can't wait to get there and thank them. But that's one. The second was Progressive Party in Oregon. The third, United Citizens in South Carolina, all Black party. And we're nearly there in Utah, nearly there in Nebraska, and we actually got enough signatures in Hawaii. But the process is the one in which we still have to finish, and we're wondering who's making decisions as saying that certain signatures are valid and not valid. So we are on the move in a mighty way, I'm telling you.
So I really appreciate you laying that out. And I want to circle back later in the podcast to talk about how supporters and listeners can help facilitate your efforts in getting on the ballot, because I do know that's such an uphill battle for insurgent candidates. And I think it's important for the left to support those efforts regardless. But I want to come back to the core of what you said earlier, which was in some parts something I really agree with, which is that there are some perverse incentives that exist in left media as they exist in mainstream media and elsewhere in the world.
Just markets across the board. That's right.
I do think there is an appetite for conflict and being critical. It's easier to be critical than be supportive. You get more clicks for being critical than for being supportive. And sometimes that leads people, I think, down destructive paths that disrupt solidarity that is much needed on the left. I agree with all of that.
You guys see how the PMCs agree? Oh, I'm shocked. The PMC class is upset because the workers are making you guys uncomfortable because you guys are getting shit wrong. Why don't they bring up all the people that we have uplifted on the channel? All the mutual aid that we have advocated for. You guys know how many citizen journalists, how many activists that I'm great friends with who are thankful of RBN for giving them a platform? Why don't they like, oh, these people are interested in tearing people down? No, we're not. We had a General Strike Summit where we had union leaders on to elevate their message. We had the Palestinian Community Network on. We elevated the struggle of the Palestinians. We had the reparation chairwoman of California to talk about reparations. We uplifted the reparations effort. Why does no one talk about the people that we uplift? I gave a speech at Worker Strike Back, and I am a strong supporter of Shama Sawant and Worker Strike Back. And the list goes on and on. Look at all the projects that we support. All the people I bring. I just had Misty on. I highlight Misty's activism. I say all the time that I'm the biggest hype man on RBN because I bring my friends on and I hype up their work. The PMCs are mad because I'm not praising them. Look at my library. Look at the people I have on. I have people that TYTs and these other channels won't have on because they won't give them clicks. I'll have like a Saul Rod on. I'll have all these great thinkers on. I'll bring them on. Like, man, you're amazing. You do amazing work. You do amazing activism. You guys know how many people I constantly prop up? You know how many smaller channels I have propped up with RBN? Do you guys have any idea how many activists I have praised and elevated and retweet with my Twitter page? They never bring that up. They bring up the fact that we criticize the professional managerial class. What? Are you serious? That's what you're upset at us about? You ignore all the activism we do, all the people that we inspire. Do you guys have any idea how many people told us? And this is not a brag. This is just a fact, doctor. It's a fact that countless people have told us that they got into mutual aid because of our videos. Because we inspire people to get in the streets. I've heard this countless times. That's why I continue this work, despite the smear jobs I get from you people. Because I know my work of influencing people to get engaged in mutual aid is important. But they paint this narrative that we do nothing but tear down. No, we criticize the professional managerial class and the people who put their hand up and say that we want to be leader for getting issues wrong. Issues that you have no right to get wrong. But I'll continue the video. But this narrative that Bree happily accepts, that we and other citizen journalists exist to tear people down. When I just saw Savvy, she just had PSL and other bunch of activists highlighting their work. We doing that every damn stream. Every stream. We are talking about this.
They only listen to the criticisms. They only going to listen to the criticisms. And it's legit. It's legit criticism. So what they going to do? What they going to say about us? They're going to lie every fucking time. And they're going to downplay us because we outdo them. I know I'm outdoing a lot of these PMC motherfuckers, niggas who got millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of followers, and not putting these niggas to work, not doing nothing with them. So they look at that, they like, oh, we gotta, you know what I'm saying? Don't talk about that. These niggas just mouthpieces. But at the same time, I'm glad that he had basically popped the cherry on the Jimmy Dore and them. Yeah, say our name. Yeah, you want to talk shit about Jimmy Dore, but say our name, because a lot of people, when they talk shit about us, they say Jimmy Dore and them. Bitch, it ain't no Jimmy Dore and them. This is Revolutionary Network. Some shit that we built from the motherfucking ground. Nigga, nothing to do with Jimmy Dore. Look at the fucking owners of the goddamn network. You don't see a James on that motherfucker at all. So what the fuck y'all talking about? There's some shit that we built from the motherfucking ground, and you want to tear it down because we're not giving it all up for you. We're not lying for you. We're not giving up our principles for you. I'll be damned if I lie for a nigga that's trying to be a motherfucking politician.
Exactly.
The fuck I look like.
Yep, let's continue the video.
And being critical, it's easier to be critical than be supportive. You get more clicks for being critical than for being supportive. And sometimes that leads people, I think, down destructive paths that disrupt solidarity that is much needed on the left. I agree with all of that. And I have even tussled with some of the same parties that I think are causing you frustration right now.
She said it. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I did not supposed to be about Bree. But this is the position of RBN that the PMC class don't understand. She said we're disrupting solidarity. No, holding people accountable is the part of the solidarity. It's part of us being community with each other. And you show that you have solidarity with us if you're willing to take criticism from us without canceling us. What they are demanding is not solidarity. They are demanding unity.
Yeah.
Dr. Cornel West, he's not demanding solidarity. He wants unity. I reject unity. Fuck unity. You're not allowed to get issues wrong. You're not allowed to praise white supremacy. And if we are in solidarity together, we are able to criticize each other without you melting down like a Karen. But let's continue. I didn't get through Bree's question, but it's very disappointing that Bree is not even remotely pushing back on that. But maybe I might be wrong. I guess I'll let her finish. But it's very disappointing that she's accepting his bullshit PMC premise.
But I think it's also true that, and I don't always live up to this, but I aspire certainly to try, even while I feel like I'm sometimes being targeted unfairly by some of these interlocutors, to try to not fight back, as it were, to not give oxygen to some of that. Because at the end of the day, even those groups that have come after me, I think often offer an important perspective within the left community, are still with me 95% on our left perspectives, have huge audiences that I think on the...
She's right about this. RBN, we got Bree back. We has Bree back, but...
I always had her back.
Bree is my friend. She has helped me raise money for the library. She has looked out for me multiple times. You know, it was, times that she was trying to downplay herself, saying that she's not an activist. I was like, shit, when I met you, when I heard about you, you was getting people on the ground. They was making fun of you because of how many people that you had on the ground, but how many people did they have on the ground? Remember that march that Bree had organized? And it was only like 20-something people on the ground. And they was making fun of her. I was like, what the fuck? Well, how many people y'all get on the motherfucking ground to do a march for healthcare.
Was that like forced to vote or something? I think I
was forced to vote. Yeah, for healthcare. I'm like, the thing is, look, we're not here to like Nick said, we're not here for unity. We're here to hold each other accountable. And if we have said anything that was wrong, if we have lied on any of you, if we have said anything that was in the wrong, please point it out, because all we have been doing is telling you guys, stay away from Democrats. Don't go to Democrat light. That was one of our criticisms with Bree. I'm still friends with her to this day, but we still have to say, hey, don't do this, don't do that, because a lot of these people in the PMC, they be out of touch with the working class. And when they say they want solidarity, it really don't feel like that. Because I hear that shit from white people too. Oh, we got to have we got to have solidarity with the working class. Okay, when you say working class, do you think of white people when you say that? Because that's what I think. That's what I get from it, right? And when they say solidarity with workers, they mean shut up and let us do our thing.
The thing is, I defended Bree countless times, man.
Man, who the fuck is this troll? Dog.
No, don't worry about it. But I defended Bree countless times. I just
know that word, bro. Like you can troll, but bro, don't use that word.
Yeah, don't. It's only a rumble chat. Don't care. I don't care. But like, I defended. And this is the part where they said they always tear people down. I defended her against Tim Black. Do you guys remember when Tim Black went on that unhinged attack against Breonna Joy Gray? I defended her in that. And Dr. Cornel West, who criticizes YouTubers and citizen journalists for starting beefs, has no criticism of Tim Black's unhinged attack that he laid on Breonna Joy Gray during the forced to vote, during their beef. You guys see the hypocrisy there? He has no criticism of Tim Black, even though Tim Black starts drama all the time, because Tim Black's kisses boots. It's not about these principles.
Tim Black
it's about bowing to them.
Tim Black apologized to us. Same week, went after us. And like, dog, what the fuck? Okay, and you know what? If we were so petty, we would have went after Tim Black. We ain't really went after Tim Black until Dr. Cornel West went on his show and said
our beef with Tim Black, guys. Why you guys think there's beef between us? The beef between us and Tim Black started because I defended Bree, and now Bree like pretends it never happened, and now she's been upset with me ever since I criticized her for propping up Marianne Williamson, and she's forget all the time I defend her in the past. So that's why I'm done with the PMCs, because it's the second that you criticize them from the left, they cut you off. You know what I mean? They're done with you. I mean, there's a reason you see Sabby and Sabby only on the Hill. You know what I mean? I destroyed her friend Robbie the only time you seen me, because I criticized her for propping up Marianne Williamson. So despite all the times I defended her, all the times we was on the same side, I criticized her one time, and she has cut me off ever since then, which I'm okay with. You guys notice I don't complain about it, because I don't care about being friends with the PMC class at all anymore. But anyway, let's continue the video. I want to time the stream to be over around 2 hours, 2:30 at best. So
yeah, I got some mushrooms to take.
Aggregate, they're informing in positive ways. Not every interlocutor I'd say this about, but I think a lot of the people that are in the mix. I have had disputes with, say, someone like the Wolfpack. I'm just his name just
Tim Black.
What? I'm sorry. I cut
this. Bro.
Can you go on with him? Black. I'm sorry. How can I forget his last name? Is Black. LOL. Right. So for certain sense, I've had some disagreements with Tim Black in the past, but I like Tim Black. I appreciate his content. I like that he's putting out there.
Tim Black, bro. Tim Black trashed her in the same way that Bree platformed.
What do you say?
After Vosh called her subhuman scum, Bree invited Vosh on his show, and she was friendly with them. And then you guys know our sister, Misty Winston. Misty Winston called out Bree, like, why do you platform Vosh? And Bree blocks Misty. And Bree never explained it. She blocks Misty for platforming Vosh. Meanwhile, she forgives Tim Black. You guys see how the PLC class are loyal and they attach to each other? Meanwhile, we made one criticism about her support of Marianne Williamson. She freaks the fuck out. You know, it's so Vosh can call her subhuman scum, and she's okay with Vosh. But we criticize her for supporting Marianne Williamson and we get cut off. Comrade Misty criticizes her for platform involves, and then Bree blocks her. So me being a friend who's loyal to my fucking friends, I'll call out Bree for this. Like, why the fuck you blocking Misty for this? Another reason why she don't fuck with me no more. Once again, you guys hearing this for the first time because it doesn't really bother me. I'm telling you guys this because this is why I'm done with the PMC class. I'm tired of the politics. I'm tired of the politics of dealing with the Breonna Joy Grays. I'm tired of the politics of dealing with Dr. Cornel West. I didn't get into this for this. I'm a nerd who likes to talk about politics. I want to see change in our system. I'm tired of fucking politicking with these PMCs. I'm tired of politicking with these people. I got to worry about asking you tough questions. And if you watch this interview, Breonna Joy Gray handles Dr. Cornel West with kid gloves because she realized that Dr. Cornel West has an ego. I'm tired. I'm tired of this politicking. That's why I'm done with it. I've been done with it for a while. Anyway, let's continue.
You know, I choose to look the other way, you know, for better or for worse. I've had my run-ins with RBN, and I certainly don't agree with all of their takes. But I kind of try to look the other way because at the end of the day, I do want the left to be more united. And it strikes me as something a little discordant about the accurate observation you're making about how frustrating it is that there is an appetite for being critical, even when it's not entirely deserved. And
Hold on, Bree. This nigga praised the Nazi, Bree. This nigga praised the whole fucking Nazi, Bree. No, that shit was deserved, Bree. When he left the Green Party, we said, what are you going to do about ballot access? That is legit criticism, Bree.
Bree, what criticism have we laid on Dr. Cornel West that was...
I didn't say nothing about this nigga hairline being fucked up. Him not lining up his fucking mustache, not me not trusting that. Now that's some petty ass bullshit. Him being a black man and not being upkept. Now I could have been saying that fucking bullshit, but this nigga praised a fucking Nazi, and it's not legit. It's not legit criticism. Come on, man.
So I'll let her finish her statement, but I'm gonna ask this question because I would love for people who criticize RBN to be precise one time. Just once. I want a precise criticism of RBN. She says RBN has takes that she disagree with. For example, because you guys know how I tolerate people I don't tolerate people getting issues wrong. So if you have a problem with a take I have, let me know. What is it? What is it?
You're too hard on me.
Crickets? Okay, so Bree, what is the criticism of Dr. West that you find unfair? Crickets? So we have opportunities to talk. We had Dr. Cornel West on our show. We brought up our criticism to him to his face. We criticized him for advocating for Jim Crow Joe. I criticized him for his take on Russia to his face. You notice these people never have these criticisms that they bring up to my face. Let's continue. Let's continue because this is pretty disappointing. When I came into this, I thought that Bree would like rough him up a little bit more. To see her like accept his fucking premise that we are somehow too mean to the PMC class is highly, highly disappointing. But as you guys see in the stream, I'm done, man. I don't need them. I'm done. So let's continue this, and I want to hear her finish her thought.
Accurate observation.
Can I chime in
about how frustrating it is?
Shit, we got
there is
CJ
an appetite.
Here. Oh shit, what's popping, CJ? The founders are here. CJ, we can't hear you. Check your audio.
Sorry, my bad. Oh, I thought I was on mute. Yeah, I just this particular part. I've been watching the whole thing. My mic sounds good, right, Nick? The mic is fine. I've been watching this whole thing, and this is the part where I just have to say something. Again, I didn't see this video until the stream. Didn't see the video.
I know you probably fucking see it. Like just
y'all been seething this whole time. I've been seething this whole time. But let me make this point. What you're seeing in this interview and the line of questioning that Bree is having has nothing to do with Cornel West, what he's saying.
Yeah.
What Bree is doing is using Cornel West to fight a fight she has with RBN. That's what she's doing. She's using Cornel West in this manner because she's using him to say the things she wants to say about Marianne Williamson, the critiques we had about her and Marianne Williamson, the critiques we had about her in that picture going to the wedding. So all of the stuff she's saying about infighting and all this is that. It has nothing to do at all whatsoever with Cornel West. What she saw was an opportunity. Oh, this is somebody who has beef with RBN.
Yes, DJ.
This is somebody. So let me go ahead and bring him on and exploit this, not at all trying to resolve what she's saying. Now, when it comes to Bree, like with Nina Turner, I would say I'm probably the softest on Nina Turner out of all the RBN members. When it comes to Bree, I'm absolutely the hardest, I believe, on her. I don't buy this shit that she's selling. She is slightly better than Hillary Banks to me. That's where she's at. You can say all you want. I'm saying your tangible politics is slightly better than Hillary Banks. That's your tangible politics. But when you get on the mic, you become a different character when she gets on the mic for the money. That's my assessment of Bree. Now, why the PMCs cancel us is the PMCs are about civility politics.
Yeah.
Don't let them get you to believe that they're down with the workers and we're like the workers don't care about civility politics, and they like to pretend like they're like us, and they're not. And you're seeing it in both of the people you see on the screen. Cornel West's reaction to RBN is the same reaction that white lady in the park with that black guy trying to take a pictures of birds. That's Cornel West's reaction. That's a liberal. That's a liberal. And he gets offended. All these social democrats get offended when we call them liberals. That's what you are.
They are.
If you are neoliberal adjacent and you are in a group with neoliberals, how can you be in a group with neoliberal fascists and you be a progressive? Explain that shit to me, sir and ma'am. How is that even possible? It is not possible. So what RBN has created is this friction because there's people who have been able to pretend all this time. The Black Power media, the Cornel Wests, the Breonna Joy Grays. They've been able to play this shit. I'm the big bad black Malcolm X adjacent. And then RBN kicked in the door and they said, no, those are the real niggas over there. What are you guys talking about, Bree? What are you guys? That's why she got destroyed. Remember, she came back. This is why I say she's slightly better than Hillary Banks. Remember, she came back after that picture debacle was they got destroyed. And then they tried to do a stream to explain it with martini glasses. Tell me that's not fucking Hillary Banks. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. That's what I had.
Oh, man. CJ just fucking... I'm so glad we got the founders here today because CJ just said that your points was on fire, bro. And I did not think about it that way. But as I said earlier this stream, like this, I'm done, bro. Like I'm like you guys can catch me with the Palestinian Community Network. You guys know I'm gonna have Bisty, all my friends that you guys seen at Nick and Night. We still have a John Baraka, Mari Kimberly, all of these great post-duopoly thinkers. But I am done with liberalism. I am done with people who are weak on white supremacy. I am done for people who vote for Democrats. I am done with this weakness in the PMC. There's not even going to be a fucking hand offering for me no more. Because I told you I'm a softy at heart, guys. I always wanted to offer my hand out. No more. I am a Marxist-Leninist. And unless you're on board with revolution, I'm fucking done with you. So let's continue with this video. We can get started. I'm glad that CJ joined us tonight.
Yeah, I'll hang out for a couple of minutes, then I'm going to take off.
Feel free to bounce on any time. We're only halfway through. So we see how much farther we're going to get through it. Let's start the video.
You're making about how frustrating it is that there is an appetite for being critical, even when it's not entirely deserved. And some of the characterizations that you've made about the Green Party and Jill Stein, and I'm not quite sure how productive they are. And I want you to help me understand.
I was like, all right, let me wait till she finishes her thought. She don't even defend independent media. She's upset because he's criticizing the Green Party. Man,
I was waiting for it. Oh God!
At no point, I'll pass right to you, Ron. But at no point is she defending his unhinged attacks on independent media right now, which is crazy. But go ahead, Ron.
He just dissed all of us. Not only RBN, Bree, he dissed all of us. He said that y'all niggas is in it for the money. Do you agree with him? Why no pushback on that? Because Bree, you say it yourself, you still got student loan debt. You're not making as much money as people think that you are. What the fuck? Okay.
And what's Bree and CJ, I'm so glad you joined and said that, because I didn't even consider that. But it proves what you said correct. If Bree didn't want to character assassinate RBN, why didn't she just correct him on her smear of our work in independent media? She immediately jumps to the Green Party and defending the Green Party because she accepts the premise. She's like, oh, people being criticized when they don't deserve it. You go attending a wedding with Marianne Williamson and then you lying to your audience, pretending that she has a chance, is a legitimate criticism. That is access journalism. And we call.
And not only was it legitimate criticism, Nick, she's very upset about it because you know why? And it came out in that interview with Norman Finkelstein, and in several interviews, right? When he brought up Marianne Williamson, he's like, I don't know, I don't care why everybody is all on Marianne Williamson. My audience doesn't want me to do it. Her audience listens to us and is in her ear all the time, telling her how clownish Marianne Williamson is. That's why she was so triggered by Norman Finkelstein. That's why she's okay with these lies about RBN, because she's mad. This is just a classic case of PMC. I'm going to give retribution, revenge to these workers who's criticizing me. I have a fucking degree from Harvard. Fuck out of here, man.
Let's continue the view. I'm shocked. Maybe she turned around, but the first 11 minutes, I will say I'm not impressed by Bree. I hope she turns it around later as we continue, because at this point,
she did eventually defend you.
But I am shocked to see that she doesn't defend or push back against Dr. Cornel West unhinged characterization about what we do.
She slightly does in the end, because I've seen when somebody gave me the heads up that she does say us. I did because I follow her Patreon. I went to her Patreon.
That's fair.
And I watched the end. I didn't watch this part, like the last. So she says something positive is all I can say. That doesn't take the critiques away. They can be, they can exist. You mean our critiques of what she does and how she does it in this space isn't lessened by her mildly defending us. And it's mild. It's pretty mild. But go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't see the full. I only seen this clip. And I haven't seen all the clips. I made about 10 minutes in, so I'm going blind from here on out. And I think she had to say something because Cornel West was so unhinged. She don't say anything and make her look too bad. But you gotta know that it took her an hour plus to reach to that point. And it's like right at the end, and she's not gonna release it for free. But anyway, let's continue. That's not that so let's continue this. I'll go back just a little bit for context.
The accurate observation you're making about how frustrating it is that there is an appetite for being critical, even when it's not entirely deserved. And some of the characterizations that you've made about the Green Party and Jill Stein, and I'm not quite sure how productive they are, and I want you to help me understand and explain it to me, given that the odds are in many or most states, come election day, the Green Party and Jill Stein at the head of the ticket might be one of the only options, genuinely progressive options, that people in most states around the country have to vote for. So if there are real criticisms there, I sort of feel like it would be useful to lay them on the table if they are real substantive criticisms as to why people shouldn't vote for Jill Stein in your view. And if they're not, then I do wonder what the utility is of bringing them to the fore, since people really do, for good reason, respect your opinion on these things.
Well, I mean, one, though, we have to draw a distinction between being critical and being trashing. You see,
sure.
I've given two eulogies in my life, for my mother and my father.
Oh, he's still mad.
Somebody starts talking about I eulogize a Nazi. What do you think that's going to do to me? I come out swinging. You see, I come out swinging with that kind of language, you see. And the same is true with just the Revolutionary Black Network and so forth. You see, when they trashing and degrading and disrespecting in order to just make money, then how can I not respond?
Hold on. Look. We didn't even I don't even know if we got paid for the shit that we had said yet. So we didn't even get paid for the shit. But ain't nobody saying that shit to get paid. We saying that shit to make people aware. There's a booby trap that they set in front of you. Look down. There's a booby trap that you're about to walk in. This is all that we are here for, is to point out the bullshit. Anybody making, how much money does we make to say Dr. Cornel West fucking calling out? You think all of our followers is giving us $1,000 each? Like, thank you, RBN. You saved my motherfucking life. Get the fuck out of here.
Dr. Cornel West, I'm gonna take your doctorate away once again, because I'm gonna use some critical thinking skills which you lack. Your doctorate degree took your critical thinking skills away. So if we was grifters, hey, Rome, CJ, wouldn't it make more sense if we did what Tim Black did? Wouldn't it make more sense for us to ride the Dr. Cornel West campaign train, just be loyal to him, prop him up at all times, and just ride the campaign? Wouldn't it be better for us to just prop up Marianne Williamson, the same way that Bree did, prop her up in order to elevate her campaign for your YouTube channel? Isn't that what we would do if we was grifters? If we wanted to make money, wouldn't we just be a campaign arm like you try to make us? If we was grifters, wouldn't we tell people to vote for genocide Joe Biden so liberals will like us like you did? If we was grifters, wouldn't we call Alexei Navalny a brother in order to win over the Ukraine supporters? If I was a grifter, wouldn't I condemn Hamas so white people will like me like you do, like you try to make white people like you? Mm-hmm. You're the person who craves the opinion, the positive opinion of white America and the white supremacist structure. You do that because you're a grifter. You don't want to give away your academic prospects. So Harvard dangled tenure in front of your black ass for decades. That's why you look like you sound like a liberal jackass when you talk to Sister Soldier. There's a reason why you voted for Barack Obama, because you had that tenure dangled around. So you was a grifter in order to get Harvard tenure, and then they still didn't give it to your black ass, despite the fact that you was a liberal and Sister Soldier exposed you as an anti-communist liberal. You praised Ronald Reagan as a freedom fighter so white people would like you, but you have the nerve to call us a grifter?
And they still don't like your ass.
They still don't like your ass. Pathetic. Let's continue. I'm gonna play the smear part again. This is him just being essentially in shambles. And I would take back everything mean I said about Bree in the stream if she pushes back here. I would take back everything I said, because I haven't seen up to this part yet. So let's see if Bree gonna push back on Dr. Cornel West's absolutely unhinged criticism of RBN, calling a group that started multiple mutual aid chapters, 5 mutual aid chapters across the nation, who get paid pennies for this work. Let's see if Bree has the integrity to push back. I haven't seen it, but let's see.
Gonna do to me. I come out swinging.
Corny as hell, bro.
See, I come out swinging with that kind of language, you see. And the same is true with just Revolutionary Black Network and so forth. You see, when they trashing and degrading and disrespecting in order to just make money, then how can I not respond? That's just pathetic. It's petty. You see, so I'm not calling for censorship. I'm not calling for censorship. And not only that, though, Sister Brianna, that, so many of these folk 10 years ago, when I was doing exactly the same thing I'm doing, where were they? Most of them were mainstream.
These fucking teenagers, 20 years old and shit.
Are you okay, sir? Are you okay? Are you okay? Sir, when I was 20 years old, I was smart enough to vote for Jill Stein. When I was 20 years old, I wasn't praising Ronald Reagan as a freedom fighter. You was a grown-ass man in 2011 and praised Ronald Reagan as a freedom fighter. You are a grown-ass man who gets this issue wrong. So are you pulling rank based on your age here?
You know how these old niggas is? Oh, you should respect your elders. I don't respect my elders. I'm going to tell you straight up. I give respect where respect due. I don't give a fuck if you old. Half of you old niggas don't. Most of you old niggas don't deserve no respect. Look at the state of black people right now. And you call yourself a motherfucking black leader. What the fuck have you led?
Like, where was you when I was marching in Vietnam? Sorry, I wasn't born yet. Where was you when I was marching in something? Nigga, What does this have to do with the fact that you're getting shit wrong today? The fact that you lied about Putin killing Alexei Navalny, even though Ukraine intelligence said that Alexei Navalny killed him, died because of a blood clot. So, Dr. Cornel West, are you saying that Putin has a blood clot fucking ray gun or something? Putin, the inventor of the blood clot ray machine, apparently. That's the deeply unserious thought process.
Let me say this before my battery dies here.
Yeah, go ahead, DJ. I'm glad you joined us.
Yeah, and that is the reason this critique about us being grifters, like doing it for the money. It's a default critique that normally they can apply to the other professional managerial class talk show hosts or podcast hosts. That's why it's such a reflexive thing. The problem is it doesn't apply to us. When we're literally making $320 when you do the math, 6 people, including our editor from Patreon, how is that grifting? But you understand it is a reflex. It is a not necessarily applying to us. They're just saying, oh, you could only be doing it for money. You know why, Nick? Because that's the reason why the professional managerial class does it.
Yeah, projection.
They don't understand. The only reason you can be critiquing me is you're trying to get money. No, I'm critiquing you because you're terrible. That's why I'm critiquing you. Because you're terrible. They don't get that because they only understand doing these types of things, actually standing on principle, doing it for money. The professional managerial class doesn't understand a reason why they don't understand how you're doing it, and that's not the reason. That's the reason for the critique. I got to get going. Dinner's starting here. So glad I was able to say that part. Great stream, guys. Keep it up.
Niggas, so if we doing it for money, what the fuck they doing it for? They already got money. They got. I mean, a lot of them ain't where they should be, but they got way more money than us.
I made more money when I sold cars, fam.
Yeah.
So was I more genuine when I was working for Toyota and making corporations money? So I decided to withhold my labor from these fucking scumbag corporations because they stole so much money from me. I was selling 10 to 15 cars a year, and one of my managers let it slip. I was making around $40,000 to $45,000 selling cars. That's way more than I do now. Way more, by the way. So when one of my managers let it slip, he was like, man, the business is fucked up now. I remember back when I sold 10 cars a month, I was making $100,000 a year. And I'm like, wait, what do you say, sir? And he's like, ooh. He realized he fucked up because you guys have no idea how much the car business is fucked up now. They steal from us unapologetically. Bro, you would sell a car. I would sell a Sequoia that cost $70,000 and I will make $200 on commission. How does that make fucking sense? Now do you guys know I'm a Marxist? Because I was radicalized in real time. So what these PMC scumbags, what they're telling me to do is to stop withholding my labor and work for Toyota and have my labor value stolen from me. And only once my labor value is being stolen from me, then my opinion matters. How does that make sense? How is that the position of anyone who calls himself a socialist? You better work for a capitalist institution or your opinion doesn't matter. How is that the socialist position? Someone explain to me. People criticize, oh, Nick, you quit your job. You don't work for Toyota no more. Nigga, so if I sold out to a corporation, do you guys have any idea how much money I made Toyota? And then I worked for Volkswagen for a year. Do you guys have any idea how much money I made these motherfuckers? People like Dr. Cornel West want me to break my back to these capitalists instead of educating the proletariat. If you spend your time educating the proletariat instead of getting your labor value stolen by some fucking corporation, Dr. Cornel West is going to call you a grifter. It's class war. So what I'm going to do, because I like discipline this stream, for all the people who said that I should let the video play, that is a legitimate criticism. I take legitimate criticism. So, Romy, if you want to take a break, this is what I'm going to do because I fucked up. I'm going to let the video play. I swear to God, I'm about to literally bitch screen this motherfucker and finish this video, and then we're going to come back and chime in because I fucked up. And if anyone say that I've stopped the video too much, and because it took me 2 hours to get through 12 minutes of this video. So I will admit that I fucked up. So because of that, I'm going to let it play, and I'm going to be here seething for fucking 12 minutes, and me and Rome going to come back in 12 minutes and light this motherfucker on fire, okay? So that's what I'm going to do. So, Rome, feel free to take a break real quick. I'm going to let it play. I promise to God.
It's petty. You see, so I'm not calling for censorship. I'm not calling for censorship. And not only that, though, Sister Brianna, that, you know, so many of these folk 10 years ago, when I was doing exactly the same thing I'm doing, where were they? Most of them were mainstream liberals, neoliberals, Democrats, or whatever, right? Which means they can change. So I'm not trashing them in such a way that I've given up on them, but they need to be corrected, and you have to tell the truth about them. And the same is true with Jill Stein or anybody else in the Green Party. The Green Party has been very much a force for good since 1992. I've supported Green Party candidates and so forth. But when you talk about individuals, Jill Stein is not the Green Party. If she's addicted to running for elections, that's different than the Green Party on the ground trying to be forces for good. You see them? If I have a critique of Peter or Jill or anybody else, Nick or CJ, any of them, well, I'm talking about these individuals. You have to be consistent and honest in telling the truth. If somebody trashing you, that's not a critique of you. That's wrong.
Yeah, so for sure, the idea that you are a friend of white supremacists or Nazis or anything like that is absurd. And I completely understand why you would have a reaction to that.
But you know what the last week has been? All these folk coming up in the street, some of them coming at me physically. I'm saying, hey, what's going on? Who's telling all of these lies like that?
I'm sorry to hear that. Certainly nobody should be coming up to you, threatening you on the street. Absolutely. Dr. West, it does seem to me that there's a core, a substantive criticism in there, though. That's not the, and I've heard people in good faith like Aaron Mate, he characterized it, I think, much more accurately and fairly when he was on the Hill with me last week talking about this controversy as some desire from the left public for there to be more of a distinction made substantively between someone like Navalny and someone like Mumia. So I hear you saying that when someone dies, it's a tragedy for their family, right? And I think that we can all appreciate that. But the choice to make a public statement, whether it's a Twitter post or something else, more formal, does speak to more of a kind of a political choice, a political statement, than simply the generalized empathy we all feel when there's a loss of life. So for instance, I'm sure Henry Kissinger had family members, not all of whom were horrible people. And I'm sure that people knew him as a man and loved him, et cetera. But given the weight and negativity of his historical legacy, I'm sure you can appreciate how it would look if I chose to hop on Twitter and say, I feel really bad for Henry Kissinger's family after he died. Even if in the abstract, if you came up to me and said, Brianna, do you feel bad for his grandkids? I mean, I might be like, yeah, sure. They're probably just normal, innocent folks who had nothing to do with anything. Yeah, a human being, sure, fine. Can you appreciate that? I think what people were frustrated by was not the kind of statement of principle that says, I object to political prisoners being allegedly potentially killed by the state, but that without that finer distinction, there was a conflation that it seemed like you even felt like you needed to respond to and clear up in a subsequent tweet. But there seemed to be a conflation between the substantive politics of Navalny and some of these other figures, then that's what people were objecting to.
Yeah, right. And I can understand that. I have great respect for Brother Aaron, that whole family. Actually, it's for me a grand family of truth tellers. But you see, for me, I follow my dear brother Jeff Stout when he says that when people are murdered, you mourn the family who has to deal with the murder. You condemn the murder. You recognize how there is a moral and a spiritual dimension that's different than the political. The people know my deep love, solidarity, willingness to sacrifice anything for Brother Mumia Abu-Jamal, right? Written 2 introductions, been in the jail with him, sang with Curtis Mayfield songs with him, in the prison with Chris Hedges and James Cone, and will continue to be in deep solidarity with Mumia Jamal. It's one of the great intellectuals, one of the great freedom fighters of our time. There's no way you can politically compare Mumia Abu-Jamal with Navalny. That's now maybe the pictures could suggest that, and therefore it's misleading. But you don't approve of someone's politics as a precondition of sympathizing with their family. And it was only a prayer for family. So that conflation.
Real quick interruption here. Is Dr. Cornel West praying for the families of the people locked up because of January 6th? He was asked this question. He didn't care about them, but he cares about a person who teamed up with the MI6 and CIA to try to overthrow the government. Once again, he's repeating CIA propaganda. You had Navalny, who died because of a blood clot, but you keep saying he was murdered. Are you saying that a country can't defend their sovereignty against the CIA? But let's continue.
That did take place. You know, I can understand it being misleading, but anybody who thinks a bit can understand the difference. And anybody who knows what I've done and who I am could understand the difference. Same was true with the sister in Iran. Now, there's a deeper issue here, though, Sister Brianna, and that is we've got a number of folk on the left who don't want to tell the truth about the vicious repression in Russia. They don't want to acknowledge the gangster activity of Putin. They see it as a State Department talking point rather than telling the truth. They don't want to talk about the fascist policies in Iran. They don't want to talk about various structures of domination in China.
This motherfucker, dude. Holy shit. This motherfucker. I let it play. God, this dude is a CIA talking point machine. Holy fucking shit.
So that they've got a Manichaean view of their leftist politics. They're anti-U.S. imperialism, but don't want to say a mumbling word about Russian imperialism. The U.S. imperialism is much more vicious, much more criminal. There's no doubt about that. But Russia has its own versions of it. And inside of Russia, when you crushing dissonant voices and people can't say nothing, then what does that mean?
This
that means
nigga watched
again.
CNN is his only source of information. I'll let it continue. I'll be very fucking short. Holy shit, dude. I should have waited till the video played until this part. I should have honed in on this part. I can't talk that much longer. I'm going to read the comments and the pushback on this video after this finishes, and then we're going to read super chat. So I really can't comment that much on this, but this is Cold War fucking this is CIA bullshit, man. Holy fuck, man.
There's no integrity there in terms of moral consistency. So I can be in solidarity with them in struggles against American imperialism, but they can't say a mumbling word about the woman life freedom movement in Iran. Why? Because Iran itself is supporting the Palestinian struggle. I am in solidarity with the Palestinian struggle. And they say, oh, well, West, all of this morality and all of this spirituality, that just makes him a liberal. That's, of course, part of the discourse of the Jimmy Dore plantation and others, right? But any kind of can talk about that when you're not hardcore talking about power. Who do they end up supporting? RFK Jr. supports genocide. RFK Jr. They're going to be supporting COINTELPRO. Remember RFK Jr.'s justification, COINTELPRO against Martin? Where are their voices? That's an attack on the Black freedom movement. That's an attack on Black people. In the same way, the enabling of the White House policies and attack on Palestinians. Not the same way. One's genocide and the other was vicious murder, but there's a continuity there. That's the kind of issues that we have to be honest about. That's partly what's at work here too. It's my willingness to be critical of any form of imperialism, any form of domination, any form of oppression across the board.
So yeah, I think to your credit, your tweet was very clear that it was about prayers for the family, saying my prayers are with the precious family of the courageous Russian political prisoner, the late Alexei Navalny. But I think the part that was more controversial than the idea of extending sympathy to the family is the characterization of Navalny as a courageous political prisoner, as opposed to a kind of a defense of his position, which is being a political prisoner. The courageous starts to weigh in on the substance of his politics and who he was as a man. And I do think that when you juxtapose that with some of his political choices, people bringing to the foreground the fact that he has compared Muslims to, quote, flies and cockroaches, railed against immigration.
That's sick. That's pathological. He's not just wrong about that, but there's a sickness. But the courage is in his willingness to stand up in the face of overwhelming repression.
What an idiot.
That's
What a fucking idiot.
courage is not tied to just ideology at all. When people are trying to kill you and you're falsely accused and you go back when you don't have to go back, that's courage.
What a fucking
That doesn't mean that you agree with him ideologically. That Solzhenitsyn was courageous. Solzhenitsyn was just like Navalny. He was a Russian nationalist. He had anti-Jewish elements. He had xenophobic elements. He liked Dostoevsky. Dostoevsky was a courageous artist. He had xenophobic elements. He was anti-Jewish, he was anti-Muslim. He was things that you and I thoroughly call into question, right? Thoroughly call into question. When Elijah Muhammad went to jail because he refused to fight for America in the 1940s, that was a courageous act. Now, he got all kind of views about white folk that you and I disagree with. They devils and a whole lot of other things. That doesn't mean he's not courageous, though. It's the courageous in the face of power, in the face of domination. And if we can't characterize Navalny as being courageous in the face of Putin's repression, then that doesn't mean ideologically we agree with him.
So Cornel West is weak on the CIA and he is pro-CIA.
But courage is not confined only to those who ideologically agree with us.
Do you wish
whoa. Did this just compare this to
let's take a pause.
Whoa.
Dude, I should have waited to that part.
Holy fuck.
I don't need to commentate that much on that part because it says so much itself. This guy is a liberal clown who gets his information for the New York Times. Go ahead, Rome. I know you want to chime in.
I'm listening from my phone. I was just in my garage smoking. I'm like, what the fuck? I ran back in my house like, no, he didn't. What the fuck? And Bree, I thank you. I thank you for this, but because you're holding his feet to the fire in the way that you do it. You're doing it as much as you can. I appreciate that. For calling out Dr. Cornel West and saying and teaching him about this man past and saying that, hey, look, nobody is mad about the family shit. We're mad because you said that he was courageous. And you compare him to fucking freedom fighters. Look, you want us to fucking sit here and be russiagated the fuck out. RBN isn't about that shit, bro. You know what? You have your nerve and the balls to sit here and call Joe Biden brother, but you don't call Putin brother.
He didn't call us brother.
He don't call us brother, nigga. I'm saying even as a world, even as a world leader, as a politician, okay. Why don't you call Putin brother? He has less blood in his hands than Barack Obama. He has less blood in his hands than Joe Biden, the man that you voted for. He has less black blood on his hands. So why isn't he a brother? Huh? Why you can't find brothers over there in China? Oh, yeah. Well, America is the worst, but they don't want to point out, nigga, we point out all kind of shit. We point out all kind of shit. We teach people how Putin is anti-communist every fucking time on our goddamn show. But you don't watch that shit. You don't even watch the criticism. Go back on our Twitters. We told you Putin is anti-communist. Putin is he's one of them. He's just not accepted into the cool kids table. What happened? If you guys want to put the blame on Putin, you have to put the blame on Democratic liberals. Bill Clinton helped Putin get into power. The thing is, they underestimated Putin. They thought he was going to give up his power, his connections, and his country for them to have rule over them, for them to take resources. And what he did, he flipped the table over on their asses. Now, I'm not saying he's not a strong leader, but the motherfucker anti-communist. I'm not about to say here, we never praised Putin.
This based on his horrible logic,
and I'll say this and I'll finish the clip, and then we get the super chat. Actually, I want to show you guys the comments. Gotta make sure I don't forget that, because we're not the only one who's seen through this CIA talking point machine known as Cornel West. He said if you don't have Putin derangement syndrome, if you don't have Chinese Communist Party derangement syndrome, you are on the Jimmy Dore plantation. Rewind it. That is literally what he just said.
And what have these countries actually done to us? Because everything that we say they interfere in our elections. Nigga, we did that shit to Russia. The same year that we were saying that they was trying to interfere with our elections and elect Trump, we was interfering with their elections. We threw a fucking coup in their backyard, Ukraine, and using the Napoleon strategy to try to overthrow Russia. What the fuck have these countries done to me to the point that I feel like I should talk about Russia and China more than a fucking system that I'm living in, that I have to fucking live through, motherfucker? Because you're not feeling the same effect don't mean that I'm not. Don't mean that I'm not feeling this shit. So when I'm talking about the U.S. empire and this iron fist, fuck yes, I'm going to talk about it more than Russia's iron fist, because I don't feel Russian iron fist. It can't even reach over here.
So apparently, Brother O'Malley, from the Uhuru Black Socialist movement, Dr. Cornel West thinks they are on the Jimmy Dore plantation, apparently. Because if you rewind the clip, he literally says if the people who apologize for Russia and China and Iran, they are on the Jimmy Dore plantation. Bro, Brother O'Malley, the Black Socialist movement is being prosecuted by the Biden administration for being quote-unquote too pro-Russian. The Uhuru Black Socialist movement said they stand in solidarity with Russia. They are Black socialists who you pretend you have O'Malley's back. You just cleared him as someone that's part of the Jimmy Dore plantation, because according to your unhinged rant, anyone who's weak on Russia is taking cues from Jimmy Dore. That is what he just said. Meanwhile, O'Malley is a free-thinking Black socialist. You guys see how they use Jimmy Dore to erase those people? If anything, the biggest amount of tankies, the largest amount of people who are pro-Russia and pro-China are Black. So why is he tying it to Jimmy Dore?
And just because a motherfucker is pro,
and
we are pro.
He doesn't deserve a doctorate degree. His doctorate degree is fucking done because he's an intellectual fraud. You just called out O'Malley of the Black Socialist movement for being on the Jimmy Dore plantation. You called out Margaret Kimberly, who also doesn't spend her time with Russia derangement syndrome. You called out Glenn Ford, who spent his time. You pretend that Glenn Ford is your friend. You pretend these radicals your friend. The Black Panthers stood in solidarity with North Korea. The Black Panthers stood in solidarity with the Soviet Union. W.B. Du Bois praised Joseph Stalin. Black people are the tankies that white people hate. Who do you think they're talking about? Meanwhile, you have anti-communist tanky derangement syndrome, calling O'Malley, calling all of us Jimmy Dore plantation because we don't repeat CIA talking points. I apologize for stopping it, guys, but that was the worst part of the video. And that part of the video, when you go full CIA, Russiagate CIA, that is the part that exposes Dr. Cornel West more than anything. Sorry, not Dr. Cornel West. He doesn't have a doctorate no more. I took that shit away because he's just a CIA talking point machine. Your doctorate led to you repeating the CIA propaganda. But sorry, Rome, I know you want to chime in. Feel free, and then we can go back to the video.
Man, I'm just sick and tired of these old motherfuckers thinking that they got all of the motherfucking answers, but have yet to deliver anything. What the fuck can you call your own besides your name and your books, Dr. Cornel West? Ain't nobody eating because of you. Ain't nobody building no organizations because of you. Ain't nobody building no statues because of you. And when you die, they won't even do it then, nigga. Probably the PMC, but it ain't gonna be the fucking working class. Because we don't see you as a leader. We see you as opposition. How in the fuck are we on a plantation, but Joe Biden is your fucking brother? As Black men, we are grown here. But that shit is insulting. Now, we can keep our criticisms. You know, we can criticize each other. But if you want to talk about being petty, you calling a black man a slave? You calling me a slave? You calling me a fucking slave when all you did was tiptoe and tap dance all your motherfucking life? If I said half of the bullshit that you said, my base would have been left me. But you get to walk the motherfucking line because you're a Christian. You get to pray for everybody because you're a Christian. No. Get the fuck out of here. My mama a Christian too. You don't see her fucking praising a Nazi and calling him courageous.
Cornball motherfucker.
He ain't no fucking ass man. That nigga is nigga. The DNC is an ass man, and he bending the fuck over. That's what the fuck it is, nigga. That he ain't no jazz man. They an ass man. Cause ain't no way this nigga got the same talking points as fucking Nancy Pelosi. Ain't no way this nigga got the same talking points as motherfucking Joe Biden, and he calling himself a jazz man, an independent, a third party candidate, and you got the same motherfucking what? So what this is telling me is you are willing to go to war with Russia and China. This is what it's telling me. If you were to win the presidency, you got to go against Putin and show him how big and bad you is, right? This is what this is telling. It's really telling. Because what have these countries actually done to us? For us to even hold them to this fucking, Putin is a dictator. Xi Jinping is a dictator. In what way? When you literally have our politicians taking breaks, they don't lose elections. They take breaks. And if they lose elections, they go to a higher position to where they don't even have to be fucking voted in. And you want to talk about a goddamn dictator? Half of these motherfuckers, we can't even vote out. We can't even vote out of power. You want to talk about dictatorship? Clean up your own motherfucking backyard. Bless. You weak motherfucker. This is why. This is why you would die. The man that you are. Weak. Compromised. Not a true leader of the black community. Walk up to any black nigga and ask him, who is your motherfucking, who do you look at? Who do you look up to as a fucking black leader? Nigga, they probably won't even. Who's Dr. Cornel West?
So people in my family don't know who this guy is. Like whenever I used to explain to people that I have Dr. Cornel West, because remember they're not political like that. And this motherfucker think he's like, man, he think he's Mandela and Malcolm X and above. This motherfucker think he's a civil rights icon that is above criticism.
Nigga, you're not even top 20. You're not even top 50 civil rights leaders, nigga. Dog, look at the shit look at the shit that Malcolm X built in just the little time that he had. There are still people out across the world preaching his fucking word, armed up. They got an army. They have a fucking army, the Nation of Islam, that broke off and went at them and continued after Malcolm X passing. What the fuck have you done in that motherfucking same time frame that you had? You got the time to sit here and call out a couple of podcasters, but motherfucker, it took you months to even call Joe Biden a neo-fascist. But you're gonna call Trump a fascist? What the fuck has Trump done that isn't worse? I mean, that's worse than anything that Joe Biden has done to consider a fucking fascist. I'm asking, that's a legitimate question. Nigga, we got the 3 strikes bill. We got the NDAA. We got the Patriot Act. What the fuck is you talking about? He just broke up the fucking strike with the railroads. Nigga, that's fascism.
He voted for that too. Dr. Cornel West voted for fascism.
Fuck out of here.
So Dr. Cornel West voted for fascism, voted for Joe Biden, praised Alexei Navalny, and doubled down despite hearing everyone's criticism. But Breonna Joy Gray and Dr. Cornel West thinks it's unfair for us to call him out for being weak on white supremacy. your tweets and your speeches don't matter. Who are you giving power to? You gave power to Jim Crow Joe. You're repeating CIA talking points and propping up a CIA goon known as Navalny. Just because my criticism hurts your feelings doesn't make it an attack. You notice that I criticize you based on things you have said. You are calling us and smearing us, just essentially name calling because you don't like our criticism. But I got grandma charger, so I'm gonna let you finish.
Fucking hissy fits, bullshit ass hissy fits. You have no legitimate criticism of RBN because we are to the left of you. And if like, dude, it's already a bad thing that you are exposing yourself by even saying our motherfucking name. Because when you say the shit, it might be people who revolutionary blackout. What the fuck they say about him? Oh shit, he praised a Nazi? Because a lot of people don't even tap in with you. They just follow you because of your record. And because of your name and your star power, they don't know what the fuck you are saying. But we are exposing you to your own base, and you can't fucking handle it. And you wanted this. You wanted to be held accountable. Why would you ask to be held accountable if you just wanted? Look, we could have had a fucking conversation on the phone. Look, Rome. Look, I throw y'all like 500,000. You know what I'm saying? Throw a couple of fucking good. We're gonna talk some money if that's what you wanted. You wanted us to be, sit here and be like, yeah, go ahead, vote for Dr. West. We're gonna talk money if that's what you wanted. But no, this shit is hilarious to me because he's not a true fighter. I felt it in my bones when he first came on a fucking episode. When he first came on Fred Hampton Leftist, we was called Fred Hampton Leftist back then.
Yeah, Rome was calling this out from day one, man. Rome was calling this out. He was right, but let me finish this clip. Let me finish the clip, Rome. I'm gonna grab my charger while I play because I gotta grab my charger. I'm gonna let the clip finish. And one more thing I'm gonna do before we end the stream. Obviously, I got a ton of super chats I gotta get through. A ton of them. Make sure you guys leave some super chats if you enjoyed the show. And I'm also gonna show you guys the comments from Bad Faith Podcast when I come back. Damn. Because if you guys think that we're just crazy, communist, angry black men, wait till you read the comments on this video. Even Bree's own audience is calling him out, and Bree has obviously a much larger audience, but it's much more PMC, much more liberal, and even they see through this fake doctor, who we're not calling a doctor no more. He's Cornel West now. His doctorate degree has been officially surgically removed by RBN because we exposed him as the intellectual coward that he is. He doesn't deserve his doctorate degree. His doctorate degree led him to vote for someone who committed a genocide. His doctorate degree ended up with him supporting a white supremacist. So if that is what your doctorate degree led you to being, fuck your doctorate degrees and fuck your PMC titles, in which we have no respect for. I saw someone in response to me saying on Twitter, like, no, you gotta acknowledge that Dr. West worked hard. No, fuck you. You wasted your life getting this doctorate. If this is what it led to you, congratulations. Your doctorate no longer exists. We just confiscated it. So let me finish this video, and then we're gonna get the comments on this video and then super chats. Let me go grab my charger. I'll be back, guys.
Courage is not confined only to those who ideologically agree with us.
Do you wish in retrospect that you had caveated the post more than you did or differently than you did, and acknowledged that there were these black marks on his record, on his character, based on the kinds of things that he said before about various communities?
Absolutely. In fact, the thing that I was most concerned about was, and that's why I came back immediately after with Brother Mumia, because I didn't want Mumia to ever think that I was conflating or confusing the way so many other folk did. Same was true with Leonard. Same was true with H. Rap Brown, with Aman, Jamil, Abdullah, Al-Hamin. That what I was actually trying to do is to also say, I want those political prisoners in America to have the same high visibility. I want the world to talk about H. Rap Brown. I want the world talking about Leonard Peltier. The world has been talking about Mumia Abu Jamal for many years, thanks to Pam Africa and Ramona Africa and the others, right? Mark Taylor and the others who are part of that. Sister Fernandez, who's done a magnificent job, Joanna. But I want the whole world to cast a limelight on political prisoners in the United States. I didn't want people to think, well, there's only repression in Russia, and there's also not repression in the United States. There's political prisoners in Russia. There's no doubt about it.
I see your thinking.
You see what I mean? So I'm trying to give it more visibility and consistency in that regard. But our left, too often, our left, is just so paranoid. It's just amazing how you got everything is protected.
So the last rant, substitute left for workers, because that's who he's really upset with. Substitute left with workers.
Amazing how you got everything is protective. Everything has got to be so ideologically manicured that morality can't overflow. And morality goes far beyond ideology. And I, in that sense, will always be morally consistent and tell the truth. Not just about this, but about independent media, Black independent media. I'm going to tell the truth about folk who are simply addicted rather than convicted in the way that I think they ought to be. Does that mean that I'm trashing them? No, they can be better. They can be better.
Hey, YouTube.
So I could be wrong because I didn't see the full episode, but it seemed like Dr. Cornel West was winning Bree over there. Because I think CJ hit the nail on the head. She brought Dr. Cornel West on to smear us. And I am shocked that Breonna Joy Gray didn't interject and correct him during that unhinged speech. You guys saw how I broke my promise. I'm sorry. I was chomping at the bit. But Bree's like, yeah, fuck this fucking left. Yeah. So if she defended us on the part of the video that she didn't release, that she paywalled, then good for her, I guess. But holy shit, was this pretty depressing? To me, I think this is an L for both of them. I'm very disappointed that Bree's like nodding along, not pushing back on that garbage. Because you want to know who saw through that? Bree didn't see through it. Her own audience did, though. So as Bree is nodding along, like, yeah, fuck you. Yeah, I don't know why people so mean. Her own audience don't buy that bullshit. And now I swear to God, I post some examples on Twitter, but I don't even have to go to my example because I have read over 100 of these comments, and not one of them, I haven't read one positive comment on Dr. Cornel West. As Bree's like, yeah. So Bree don't see through him, but her audience do. So once again, I will say, if she says something that I don't see in the paylock version, that's her fault for not including it in the full video. Because it was pretty sad that she didn't say anything about that. Now I'm gonna just read a few comments. You guys see I didn't shift them. I'm reading the top comments. Now, every single YouTube channel, every single guest in existence will have trolls that talk shit on you. But you guys notice I am reading from the top fucking comments. Now, for the most part, even though you may get trolls, for the most part, the top comments are a reflection of how the people feel about your video. Because usually a troll don't get liked. Usually the trolls are buried among the comments. But if you see every single comment that got hundreds of likes, tens of likes, and every single one of them is calling out Dr. Cornel West, how does that not give Dr. Cornel West pause? So let's read here, literally without shifting through them. The first one, the U.S. has a nerve to talk about Navalny while imprisoning and torturing Assange. So once again, you're not buying his bullshit about Navalny. Let's continue. Christian excuses for not doing your research about Navalny and his CIA State Department support is just a mistake Cornell should just admit and apologize for. So Bree's own audience, like, we don't buy your bullshit, sir. You do not have the knowledge. You are lying to us. Bree's audience know more than Dr. Cornel West does on this issue, and Dr. Cornel West is running for fucking president. So they're like, we're not buying your bullshit. So let's continue. Feel free to interrupt anytime, Rome. So sick of Cornell's casualty. Sorry, guys, I don't have a doctorate. What word is that?
You're acting the wrong nigga.
Just answer the fucking question, dude. So you seen a lot of comments like, bro, answer the fucking question. And so the PMC class think they're being clever. He think he's tricking people. And Bree's like, meanwhile, every single worker, every single person watching this shit is like, bro, answer the question.
And this is what I want to know. Somebody said he criticizes Jill Stein, and I don't know what he's criticizing her for. He never answered the question. Why bring her up? Like she's addicted to running. Come on, man. This is a smear campaign, bro. And this is why I say he's getting ready to fucking drop out. He sees no light through the tunnel. And if I made it only 100,000 running for the president, I wouldn't see any light either. He just taking his jab back at everybody else who said something to him, and now he got the time because he's gonna fucking drop out and more than likely probably endorse Joe Biden. Because we have to save democracy. And we all know it's going to be Trump versus Biden. And this is going to be his excuse. Oh, well, you know, I don't agree with Brother Biden on most things. But we got to keep Trump out of office by any means necessary. We have to save democracy, brother. Bullshit. If a motherfucker can just come and take your democracy with one election, you never had democracy.
I'll read a few more of the comments. Feel free to interrupt. This is the comment you read. He criticizes Jill Stein, and I don't know what he's criticizing her for. So he does this whole rant and spill about Jill Stein, character slander, and despite watching this whole video, people are like, what did she do wrong? And he never mentioned it. The same way they never mentioned the criticism and what we said wrong. They just say, oh, these people are bad. Believe me, bro. I have a doctorate degree, so I don't have to prove what I say. I say Jill Stein is bad, so you believe Jill Stein is bad. I don't have to explain to you. Shut the fuck up, you peasant. I have a doctorate degree. That's the area. You guys know this. I show you guys receipts for everything. It takes me hours to put my shit together. Because every time I have a story, I show you guys a receipt because I don't want you guys just to take my word for it. So I'll show you guys receipts on stuff you guys already know about because I have respect for your intelligence. But the PMC class, they don't. They just say stuff and they say, trust me, bro. Navalny was killed by Putin. What's your source? I don't know. Trust me. I have a doctorate. Well, sorry, I gotta correct myself. The Eck doctorate, as everyone in the comments are pointing out, because this motherfucker don't have a doctorate degree no more. We confiscated that. Not only did RBN took your doctorate degree, Cornel West, every single person in the YouTube comments in Bree's video took your doctorate degree away. You know the next comment doesn't even use doctor. These motherfuckers can't even type out doctor because you embarrass yourself. Cornel West, not Dr. Cornel West, because once again,
I just noticed that. Damn.
The proletariat should not respect your doctorate. So, yeah, we confiscated that motherfucker. Cornel West doesn't seem to realize that he's doing a good job ruining his reputation. 58 likes. I am not cherry picking these, sir. You can go on your own account, click this video, and look at the comments. Yeah, I read 100. I read maybe 100 of them, not one positive. We read a few more. I guess this is going to be a 3-hour show today. We can time it around then. Cornel West has shown that he can't take criticism and he has an ego problem. He isn't interested in building a movement, but instead he wants to go it alone and throw others under the bus. Holy shit, Cornel West, I really hope you don't read comments. He probably don't.
He do. Don't let that nigga fool you. Him and his wife read comments. I swear they do. Everybody got a phone in their hand, bro. Everybody addicted to having a phone in their hand. I don't give a fuck if you're young or old. All them old niggas, oh, well, back in my days, we went outside. Well, nigga, take your old ass outside, man. Nigga, what the fuck? Everybody on their goddamn phone.
This man is getting destroyed. Every comment. So as he doing the jazz man dance, he thinks he's tricking us. We see through you, sir. We see through you, Cornball West.
Damn, I'm sorry, but he's extremely difficult to watch.
Oh yeah, you can read them too. Yeah, feel free. Yeah, you feel free to read them too. I'm sorry,
and that's the truth because I feel like I just can only take so much liberal gibberish for so long, right? Because we usually do clips. We usually clip this and that. We just watch this through, and I'm just like, he's not making no sense. He's not bagging up his arguments. He's not telling us why he has arguments with Dr. Jill Stein. Like I'm probably more invested in that than to be for RBN. What the fuck is going on in the Green Party? You know, I would like to know that as a, you know, like what the fuck is going on? They just move on to the next motherfucker. Oh, I'm gonna sling a mud here, and you get some, and you get some. I'm Oprah with the mud. I'm just slinging it today. But dude, there's no foundation to your arguments. You just mad because what is it? Jill Stein outshines you? You was mad because she probably asked you to be her VP? Her VP, a white woman. He was like, "Oh, I'm a free black man. I ain't know."
Bro, find me one video where RBN was getting roasted this fucking bad. Bro, 100.
Not even Vanguard fans do that shit. They get what the fuck.
No, the Vanguard, they get roasted. They got roasted so bad during the Aaron Mate interview, they had to turn the comments off after a while. When have we ever had to turn the comments off? But I'm sorry, he's difficult to watch. 158 likes. In his comment, Brianna did a masterful job trying to tease out the actual issues and get straight answers, despite West's commitment to dodging. Wow. And recontextualizing the matters at hand. Well done, Bree. So I'll ask you guys, chat. Do you guys think I was too hard on Bree? I'm not like Dr. Cornel West. I don't have an ego. I'm not above criticism.
You know what? I don't think he was too hard on Bree. I'll tell y'all, you know, I'm probably like CJ said he the softest on Nina Turner. I'm probably the softest on Bree. I love Breonna Joy Gray. I love her work. I love, you know, how she's professional, but she I think that she's more left than a lot of us is giving her credit for. I think that she's learning. She's learning, especially when she's jumping over class lines like this. When like she still follows me on Twitter. Hopefully after today, she still follows me on Twitter. And she, you know, she sees this stuff that's going on. She sees the stuff that we say. She see the stuff that we do and whatnot. Everybody has a chance to learn, but at the end of the day, everybody is not above criticism. Just like RBN. If you have, you know, a legit criticisms of RBN, like yeah, most of us work for Bernie. You know what I'm saying? That's legitimate. We work for Bernie. Call us out on that. Call us out on whatever the fuck, you know. But
so I defended Brie a lot, and I complimented Brie so many times. That's why I'm offended the fact that like people get like I defended and praised her so many times. I'm allowed to criticize her as well. So my criticism of this interview was that she pushed back on Cornel West on his attacks of the Green Party. If you watch, and I am caveating this with I haven't seen the Patreon version. I can't show it because I'm not going to show Brianna Joy Gray's Paylot content for free. That's very very norm breaking, and if you can't show people live,
she knew we was going to respond. She knew we was going to respond, and
yeah, that too.
That's smart. It's smart because you see everybody doing it for clicks. Everybody doing it for clicks, bro.
But listen, she was good at pushing back at his criticism of the Green Party. But the reason why I'm upset because she didn't even remotely push back on his criticism of us in independent media. In fact, if you watch this clip again, watch the clip she put out, she seems to agree with Dr. Cornel West's criticism that there's too much quote-unquote left infighting. He agrees with his core premise of the criticism laid out at RBN. The only time she pushed back is when she criticized his take on the Green Party and Jill Stein. That is just based on the clip she's seen, and she defended us in the Paylot and the PayPal fine, but it seemed like she was agreeing with him on his unhinged fucking tone.
Just let me, you know, it probably wasn't that. I see it as this. All right, nigga, y'all didn't take a couple shots. So I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let this nigga, you know, swing on you a couple times before I jump in. Hey, you know. I'm gonna let that nigga get a couple of hits in, and then I'm gonna, hey, break it up. That's how I see it because RBN have threw shots. She threw her shots. I remember that tweet that she had made about RBN and whatnot. Hey, look, we all deserve it. If it's criticism, if we deserve it, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, RBN and Breonna Joy Gray, we work together, whether we like it or not. We share some of the same audience, whether we like it or not, right? And this is just a learning lesson for all of us, so we can observe the PMC and see how they move, see how they talk to the workers, see how they talk to the working class and whatnot, and then Let's see how they treat us, and vice versa. So this is just a learning moment for all of us. So I'm not saying that we shouldn't be hard on Breonna Taylor. Yes, we should be hard on everybody. Like we are hard on Tim Black, Kyle Kalinske, and all these other motherfuckers. Everybody should be held accountable, especially if they lead you astray. And one of my biggest criticisms for Breonna Taylor was, leave the Democratic Party. That was about it. Leave the Democratic Party. Stop fucking, find a way, because that was the thing with the progressives. They always found the back door into the Democratic Party. They say, "Oh, we're going to fight for this. We're going to fight for that. We're going to fight the Democrats, and we're going to be to the left, but we're going to run in their party and play by their rules." Like, the only way you're going to get inside something and change it is if you're a parasite. You're not changing this goddamn system by getting in this come on now, stop playing. And I think the thing is, a lot of us, even ourselves that call even us that call ourselves communist socialists, we still have revolutionary discipline to learn, and we can't expect for the PMC, for people in the PMC to have that same urgency, the same movements as us. So
I'm gonna read a few more of these, and then we get to some super chats. This is another 220 likes on this one. 220. I am not cherry picking these. I skipped a few of them. This one was talking about his ADD, his ADD campaign. I don't need to read this one. This guy said he mourned Navalny while ignoring Assange. I don't think Dr. Cornel West.
Snowden. That's why I meant to say in that motherfucking tweet.
He doesn't ignore Assange. So I just want to say that. That's why I'm not focusing on that. Unlike Dr. Cornel West, I don't have to use bad faith, inaccurate criticism. So Dr. Cornel West does support Julian Assange. He just ignorant and claiming that in time, people like Assange and Mumia, who was an enemy of intelligence services, was someone who was the friend of intelligence services like the CIA and was trying to overthrow his government, which was the enemy of the CIA. He was doing the bidding of the CIA. And instead of simply admitting that I was wrong and I would get better and learn as a leader, you went and have a meltdown so bad that even Breonna Joy Gray's audience is roasting you. You fucked up so bad that we have about 1,000 live viewers right now. Actually, between YouTube and Rumble, we have 1,200 live viewers between YouTube and Rumble. So there are 1,200 people who watch this video, more than usual, because people saw your interview and they were so disgusted they couldn't wait to see our response to it. This stream is doing better than usual. It's better than most of our streams because you exposed yourself so bad, people couldn't wait to see us roast you. Do you understand how much you fucked up? And you blame us? We didn't do this to you, sir. You did. We didn't make you praise the white supremacists. You decided to do that. We didn't tell you to leave the Green Party. You decided to do that. That we have done nothing to tank your campaign. The only thing we did was highlight how you was fucking up, which is exactly what this comment you see. What a disappointment West turned out to be. Pathetic. That is what people think of you now. And we didn't do that, Dr. Cornel West. Jimmy Dore didn't do that, Dr. Cornel West. You did it.
And I'm sorry. I think for one, I don't think Dr. Cornel West walked up the block. And I don't think people was running up on him. And if they were, RBN has nothing to do with that. These are consequences of your actions. People have seen that for themselves, and they said, "Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you?" Because all it takes is 5 to 10 minutes of fucking a little bit of Googling to say, "Oh, damn, this nigga was a Nazi." So if your neighbor's calling you out saying, "What the fuck you praising Nazis for?" They don't have anything to do with RBN. These are just consequences of your fucking actions. Stop trying to walk that line and hoping that we are dumb enough to not catch on to some shit like that. Just like 11 years ago when you was praising Ronald Reagan. You try to walk that line and hope that the fucking working class is dumb enough to fall for that shit. Hold on, 11 years ago, who was president?
So So I'm gonna read these last 4 comments because it's very damning. You guys see, even though I didn't read every single one, I scrolled and you guys saw. I'm not hiding comments from you guys. There haven't been a positive one yet. And I'm reading the top comments. I'll read the last ones you see on the screen. We get the super chats. There was a fucking fun stream, man. I was not planning on going 3 hours. But I can't show the payroll. I see people in the comments.
Obama. How the fuck you go hard? How the fuck you go hard against Obama and then praise Ronald Reagan the same?
There are people asking for us to show the full video. We can't. Like it's. I'm not willing to break that norm, and it's very rude to show someone's
Yeah.
So I can't do that, guys. So make sure you check the full video out. There's a reason why Brianna Joy Gray's own fucking audience is calling him out. Listen to this. West is a disappointment. As an academic, I see a huge disconnect with ideology and reality among the academic class. You guys see how everyone else that is actually on the left share the criticism of the PMC class that RBN has? They were just upset because we are saying it with a platform. Everyone sees through you, Cornball West. Everyone that's seen this interview is not acknowledging your doctorate degree no more. That shit is confiscated. Last 3 comments, and we move on. Man, I liked it better when I didn't know so much about West.
Damn.
God damn,
But
bro.
that's the truth. That's the fucking truth. Bro, we used to look, I ain't gonna say really look up to him, but you know, like, damn, okay. I can see me chilling with a nigga like this. Like, nah. Can you imagine getting, you know what I'm saying, sitting back, drinking some cognac with Dr. Cornel West and he talk about his brother fucking biting or Bernie? Man, no more drinks for you, granddad. Sit your ass down. Go to sleep.
Bro, I cannot. This comment I emphasize more with anyone else, guys. Don't ever meet your heroes. Man, I liked it better when I didn't know so much about West. That is literally what everyone's saying. West is as good as an idea. Then when you actually know the motherfucker, then you see these politicking, these scumbag moves like Jimmy Dore plantation, psyops. When you see that, you're like, man, this guy is a calculating PMC just like everyone else, like all the rest of them. But anyway, let's continue. This poor man has ruined his legacy. Do you guys think we're being too mean on him now? Because this is what the proletariat believe. This is the mean left that Dr. Cornel West and Bree don't like. And last comment, and then I'll read super chats. Man,
I ain't seen not one RBN member yet.
Bro, not one positive comment in this motherfucker. And if you guys want to laugh, because we already having a very long stream, just go to this video and just read the comments, and you will witness how much Dr. Cornel West completely destroyed his legacy. The last comment says, I wasn't convinced that Dr. West was unserious about running for president, but now I am. You're not losing just the Marxist-Leninists, sir. You're losing Brianna Joy Gray's audience, sir. These are the people that believed in you. It's all these people in the comments. Are all of them on the Jimmy Dore plantation? Is all of them?
Yep. They are Jimmy Dore fans. They're all on Jimmy. Like, dude, come on, man. Let's grow the fuck up for once, and just accept that. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you weak. you weak when it really matters. You weak when it really matters. Dog, we had to beg you. We had to beg you to at least call this nigga biting a fascist, dude. And you just act like you was pulling skin off to say this shit. He's a neo-fascist, but he's still your brother. Your brothers with neo-fascists, neoliberals, but not brothers with revolutionaries. Okay, what they fucking do? This is why I'm sorry, man. Dr. West, he's getting ready to get the fuck up out of here.
We didn't do this. He did this.
And people probably not only disappointed that he's just hissy fitting right. They're probably disappointed in him by even scooping so low to even call us out by name, to even come after some fucking a news organization when so much shit is going on in the fucking world that we are calling out today. So much shit is going on. You scoop so low.
Bro, doesn't Trump complain about the media? That's Trumpism. Trump like, oh my God, the fake news media hate me.
Man.
Dr. Cornel West is like, the fake independent news media hate me, bro. You are just like Trump. Sorry,
I'm not talking about censorship. I'm not talking about what are you saying there?
I'm not trying to trash you, but I'm about to trash you. PMC double talk. That's why everyone see through them. For real, if you guys think we are being mean, which we are tonight, but read the comments. The comments in Bree's video have been more harsh than I've been. Like, for real. But anyway, let's continue.
That's why I think that she did. I think that she did probably defend us a little bit harder because the comments say a lot. So there might have been a discussion that we didn't see yet because the comments do say a lot. And I think that she probably did let him get his fucking hissy fits out. Because you know how Bree, you remember how Bree did Cenk Uygur? Where he blah, 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 blah. Well, look, I'm not talking about Jimmy Dore. I'm talking about this right here, you know. But she let a nigga get all the shit out. So
I don't dislike Bree. I don't want you to take Bree. I just got some criticism. I think if you think that I did, that makes sense. If you disagree with my take, that's okay. I'm not like Dr. Cornel West. I'm not gonna cry.
I'm gonna fucking
like I will acknowledge that maybe I was too because I didn't see the full interview. So I will acknowledge as someone who's willing to take feedback that maybe I should have watched the full interview before dragging Bree. But I'm just personally disappointed because I wanted to see her push back against the smears against independent media. She pushed back against the smears on Joe Stein, not the smears on us from the clip that we watched. So anyway, it's not about
like, bro, come on, man. I already said that shit. She's like, you got it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, all right, that's enough. Break up. You know what I'm saying? Now let's talk about Jill Stein. But that's only because we have thrown shots her way, and it's only fair. We, you know, she don't have the same tactics of us of, you know, going hard or, you know, doing all that shit or whatever the fuck it may be. We have different tactics of going after people. So she's probably just using him, like CJ said, to you know, say what she actually wanted to say at the you know, a couple of times, and that's not, you know, it's fair. It's all fair.
All right, I read super chats. Nick is cooking. I'm starting from the top here. Nick is cooking tonight. They compare y'all to Jimmy because he has the biggest YouTube channel that is explicitly post-duopolist. That's the red line. These shit lives that try to smear RBN. Absolutely. Yeah. They if you don't tell people to vote for Democrats, they will go after you. If you don't play the Marianne Williamson game, they will go after you. Well said. Thank for the $2, Natalie. Rome, give me donation link to Detroit Library. We definitely make sure we do that by the end of the stream. Rome,
I think I gave him to him. I think I gave it to her. I think she donated. I don't know if that was her.
No, we're gonna provide for the whole stream, so people can actually donate to our work. Dr. Cornel West don't want people to know that Rome has a library that you can support. What fucking YouTube channel is building libraries, bro, and having fucking mutual aid chapters? I am begging people to show me the YouTube channel that has done a quarter and a fraction of what we have done. Build libraries, chapters in multiple cities.
Man, bro, these niggas are sitting on the money that I literally need. They have the money in the motherfucking bank, and they see me ask for this shit. They follow me on Twitter. These motherfuckers have the money. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank. If a motherfucker gave me $20,000 right now, I have the library done and some. That's in one whole. Because I've been nickel and diming and shit. But I've been getting the shit together. You telling me you've been sitting on hundreds of thousands, you can't even fucking give it to a mutual aid program to even write it off on your taxes. And that's how I know it's not even about support at the end of the day. Nigga, it's niggas just hating to hold us back because, bro.
Whoa, Rome, it seems like you're talking about grifting, sir. Are you grifting? Building a library? Using donation for class traders that we greatly appreciate in our community, the class traders.
If you build a library, the rich kids are going to go to it, Rome.
You heard it here first from Cornel West, not Dr. Cornball West. Rome and RBN and the Grifter, we build libraries, apparently. But anyway, let's move on.
They just get mad because they see the work that we do, but they have to ignore it because they see that we are out doing them. So they have to ignore it. They have to shut it down and act like it do not exist. If they act like it exists, so you're gonna say RBN or whatever, Jimmy Dore and them. You're not gonna acknowledge the library. You're not gonna acknowledge the clinics. You're not gonna acknowledge the work. You're not gonna acknowledge the fucking chapters. You're not gonna acknowledge the fucking work. You're gonna you know what I'm saying? Try to demolish us as much as possible. As much as possible. But Dr. Cornel West, what a tenth of your bank account, my nigga. I didn't talk myself into a building. We didn't got property for a garden. I got people down in Florida getting ready for a goddamn revolution with this gun club. Dude, but I said it last stream. By the time I'm your age, I just might be empire in this bitch if you I just might be empire. If your work was really good, if what you did for the black community really had an impact on us, when shit, nigga, wait till I'm your age.
Bro, are you serious, bro? By the time you 60, nigga, the care party about to be a full-fledged militia, bro. Dr. Cornel West think he can call you out, bro. But when you're Dr. Cornel West age, I promise you, Roman's about to have a fucking militia.
No.
You think he's better than us, bro? He thought we were gonna kowtow them to him. That's the miscalculation these PMC made. They thought we were gonna be intimidated of us. We thought we were gonna be intimidated of him and his degrees. No, we are not. We laugh at your degrees. We mock your degrees.
That shit don't mean nothing.
Confiscated.
That shit don't mean nothing, bro. Cause dog, I'm just a nigga from the hood, bro. You know. And all these motherfuckers, they come around once or twice during election time and this and that. They try to talk their game, but that shit don't matter to me. I don't even understand half of the shit you saying. And I'm not gonna do none of this shit because I only see you when you need something from me. I only see you when you need something from me. Support, money, a vote. You was never there to fill our bellies. You was never there to put food on our motherfucking tables. You was never there to fucking help put clothes on our fucking backs. You ain't made no fundraiser for us. These motherfuckers write books, do fucking $10,000 speeches, and think they're part of the goddamn proletarian. Motherfucker. Ain't no way. Man, let me start doing goddamn $10,000 fucking speeches. Man, come on now.
Nick in Rome late night. Let's fucking go, bro. My man Rome stayed in with me for 3+ hours, bro. It's been fun.
I'm tired as hell too. I ain't gonna lie.
So I'm gonna give it some pass, man. I appreciate you for staying with me because Rome had a long day. So this was a very fun stream. You know what I mean? So very therapeutic. I still got tons of chats to get through. I would love and appreciate all you guys for supporting the channel though. Dr. Cornel West really fucked up. The only thing he did was lead to one of our biggest live streams in the last few weeks. Literally multiple times because this idiot keep putting his foot in his mouth and he thinks his jazz man shit is gonna fucking trick people. It's not. Everyone's seen through you to the point that you guys got us a 12,000 live viewer stream. Not because we have a super banger on our hands, but that's just how many people want to see us expose you. That's how much you fucked up. We didn't do it, Dr. West. You did. Let's continue. I'll leave out Jack's page. I love Jack's page. I follow them on Twitter. Very wholesome, great account. Great conversation. Much love and respect to RBN. Much love and respect to you.
Love you too. Love you more.
Super Seamster Sewing Show. Thanks for $2. Damn, Nick, you're taking no prisoners. Bro, I told you guys, if Dr. West thought I was being mean before, if the PMC class thought I was holding Marianne Williamson's hand, bro, I'll be trying to be nice. I was holding Dr. Cornel West's hand, and he thought we was being mean. He thought I was attacking him, sir. You have no idea. I live in the streets of Kansas City. I live in a shit-talking community. Nigga, we make people cry when they go home. You guys think that this fucking rap battle between me and Dr. Cornel West is making me sweat?
Bro, you know the shit that
alive. Your doctorate degree don't mean shit. You think I was going hard on you, bro? I was holding you with kid gloves. Now, you thought I was going hard on you before. You have no idea. The PMC class have no idea the beast they unleashed because I'm going after all you motherfuckers. You guys thought we was mean before? I have been fucking so nice to you motherfuckers. I have been so willing to bring you guys in our community, and all we get is stabbed in the back over and over again. You guys awaken the beast. But Ron, I know you want to chime in. Feel free. I'm sorry, brother.
No. You on point, man. But that's all we're gonna get is a knife to the back because shit, he an anti-communist. What the fuck we expect? What the fuck we expect? What do we really expect from? Come on, man. And you know how radical I would have been at this age. You know how many leaders that he have seen fallen by the empire get killed. You know how many fucking black leaders he done live.
It's sad, man. Thank for $5, Niv. When his campaign started, he said it wasn't a vanity project. That literally all it ever was. I feel dumb as fuck for having donated to him early on. And every single person that donated to him, just know that Dr. Cornel West spent 0% of that on the most important thing a third party candidate has to do.
And it's Jimmy Dore fault.
I'm not gonna get mad at you. I'm glad you admit your mistake. But just know 0% is going on the ballot. Your guy's money is being spent great. But he has the nerve to call us a grifter. Very interesting. Thank for the $20, Violent Moon. Base RBN, absolutely. You haven't seen one comment in that Dr. Cornel West, Breonna Joy Gray video that said base Dr. Cornel West. There wasn't one comment.
They didn't even mention RBN. It was legit criticisms of him and him failing.
They saw through him. Wasn't one comment like, give him hell, Dr. West. Wasn't one comment like that. Give him, man, Dr. Cornel West was really giving the Jimmy Dore plantation hell. There wasn't no comments like that, bro. Are you embarrassed? I would be. Thank for the $2, Sean Miller. Please post a link to Rome's library. Yeah, I think we already addressed that. Yeah, we're gonna plug that before the end of the stream. Make sure we get a solid plug. Big shout out to all the people Fian Nuella, Joel Ann Henderson, and others who left super stickers. I appreciate that.
No.
Thank you for $20, NRJ. Cornel West is a fraud. Fucking Crispus attack this motherfucker. This guy fucking insulted Cornel West in such a sophisticated way. I couldn't even read it. But thank you for the super chat. Cornel West, it's very embarrassing, man. Thank you for the $4.99. You get more clicks being critical. That's why Bree is the wealthy one, right? She is part of the problem. PMC with no urgency, ripped from podcasting. Let's continue. Then for the $10, PMC literally prop up the failing system and work against our interests. They aren't forward thinking enough to realize they are next on the chopping block. Foolish people who only care about now. Woo.
Somebody sent me $20. Let me see that.
Who did that? Give him a shout out. Who did that? Who donated to the library?
Hassie? Lennon? Thank you for the $20. Marcia, thank you for the $50. If you're watching, thank you. I know that was from earlier from the giveaway, but I still want to thank you.
I think Bree ultimately does a superb job with Cornball. She actually sets him up with the agreement, and he leaves angry. Interesting. Once again, if you guys don't agree with my assessment on Bree, that's okay. I want to accept both ideas that she did okay, and I also have I'm kind of disappointed that she didn't put back, but that's okay, man. I don't have to. I'm not right on everything. I'm not like Cornball West who have an ego. That's okay. I don't want people to cancel Bree. I actually like her. I think she seemed like to be a nice person. So she did. If you guys think she did a good job, props to her. Props to her, legitimately. So thank you for the $2. Right side, whatever. I think Nick, Rome, and CJ segments equal to 3 judges. Well said. You know, Dr. Cornel West fucked up when we had Savvy jump on the stream.
Yeah, that was
when Savvy fucking logs on in her pajamas to have to respond to your crazy ass. You know you fucked up.
Savvy reminded me of my mama when she'd be like, "Yeah, I'm just so disappointed. I just don't know." Like, damn. I used to hate that shit. Man, I remember coming home. In handcuffs. These motherfuckers knocked on my mama door, man. They was like, dog, just take me to the fucking precinct. What the fuck y'all doing? Dog, they knocked on my mama door, got me on the porch. Yeah, Laverne Bethea, this your son. Like, yeah, oh my God, I just don't know what I'm gonna do at this point. I'm so disappointed. I just don't know. And that's Sabi said the same shit though. I'll be like, oh my God.
Yeah, bro. Sabi is there's a reason why Sabi kills it. There's a reason why Sabi is doing so great, because she is radical as fuck, but she knows she's more tactical than us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you got Sabi coming on the stream, is like, bro, I'm disappointed, Dr. Cornel West. When she usually the more and like she's nice, like she's the nicest person. Like her and JB, they're the nice wing of RBN, but they are just as radical. So when you got Sabi, like, Cornel West, you fucking up, bro. That's bad. That's bad. But anyway, let's continue.
A lot of people take Sabi soft, especially her followers. When they look at me and Sabi, they be like, "Well, you shouldn't say that because Sabi say that," or just. I'm like, dog, y'all don't know what the fuck Sabi be saying behind closed doors, bro. Y'all have no idea how radical Sabi actually is, how much she is actually holding back, because you just gotta you gotta strategize when the algorithm is fighting against you. You black and you are a communist. There's certain things that you can get away with, certain things that you can't, and I'm glad that she's calculated in her moves.
Sabi is the only educated member of RBN, but you guys see how she just fit in. All the other educated people are like, they walk on eggshells around us. Sabi fits in with us like a motherfucker, like a barbecue. We be kicking it you wouldn't even know she educated. She's a sister for real, and there's a reason why her channel is doing so well. Let's continue. She did eventually defend you. I've seen some of that. Once again, I admit that I didn't see the full interview, so she did in the pay lock version. Then good for her. Good for her. She did, but she didn't release that part. I am only seeing what she released to the proletariat. So based on the content released to the proletariat, it's kind of sad to me. But anyway, if you guys, I'll take your guys' word for it.
We like Dr. West. Like Cornel West said, we all doing it for clicks. We all doing it for clicks. Come on now. And she knew that we was gonna respond to this, and then we're gonna probably end up responding to the fucking second half, whatever it may be. Come on now, you know how this go. She got to make money just as well as we do. I ain't hating on her game. I ain't hating at all. No,
Sabi's
make your motherfucking money.
Thanks for 499, Ozzy. Anyone catch Moss this week? Doctors in Gaza testimony was devastating. I actually read that testimony. It's they pretty much condemn anyone who and they literally lay out in detail the suffering, especially the Palestinian children. Meanwhile, let me move on. Man, I appreciate the big showing out tonight. Cornel West is gonna be mad when he see all these super chats. Fucking grifters. Once I divide these super chats, we all make like $50, but he's like, they made $50 over a course of a 3-hour podcast. Fucking grifters. We did a 3-hour show. We about to make like $50 each on super chats, and then it calls a grifter. So we're gonna make like $15. This nigga Dr. Cornel West is seeing all these super chats. This motherfucker is seething.
Do you know my fucking daughter makeup? This shit can't even support my daughter's makeup, though. I'm so serious. Like when people get mad at me when I say I still gotta sell drugs. Oh, Rome, you shouldn't have to sell weed. What the fuck? What are you talking about? How else am I gonna fucking dog? Do y'all not understand how much fucking asking and begging I do on the fucking internet, on top of having 2 jobs, on top of fucking selling bullshit and all this fucking weed? Like, y'all have no idea how hard it is for a pimp when he's trying to get the money for the rent. When that Cadillac and gas money spent, it cause a whole lot of bitches jumping shit. Niggas don't understand.
Look at RBN in the pockets of Big Poor. You know how Dr. Cornel West said we wasn't independent? He like independent news isn't so independent. Look at these $5 and $2 and $2. Look at these working class people. Look at this haul. Look, oh my God, $10. Oh my God, bro, I'm balling, fam. I might roll half a joint with this. Once I divide this, I divide this, I get $5 out of this. I might get half a blunt. Boy, we are balling. We are grifters. We in the pocket of Big Poor. And Dr. Cornel West can't stand these. He's seeing these $2 and $3 super chats. He's like, these motherfuckers might be on a Taco Bell tonight.
Nigga, dog, not in these days. My daughter talking about, can we stop at Taco Bell? I said, baby, I'm allergic to Taco Bell. I remember I was allergic to Taco Bell when I was young. But I haven't tried that in like fucking 15, 16 years. So I stopped and got her a fucking taco and shut her the fuck up. Dog,
Dude,
I paid like $20-something for like 2 or 3 tacos. I'm like, what the fuck?
Crazy.
That shit was like $1 last time I was here.
Yeah, that shit crazy. This is like the longest stream by far I did on Nick and Night, but bro, you guys can see I'm just having fun at this point. It's not even taking energy for me to do this stream. This stream is just fucking fun. Cause we have the dumbest energy, bro, enemies, bro. Like when they come after us, it's like they only help us. Dr. Cornel West is one of the few people dumb enough not to know to say our name. You notice how everyone else criticizes, but they don't say our name because they don't want to come back. Dr. Cornball West. Sorry, I keep saying doctor. His shit gone. No doctor. Doctor is gone. Cornball West, like, is the only one dumb enough to know you can't say our name because whenever you motherfuckers go after us, you guys only make us stronger because people realize how fucking bad faith you guys are. And then people wonder why, like, man, why are these people attacking RBN in bad faith? That's why we had 12,000. I think at one point we peaked at like 1,400 live viewers between YouTube and Rumble. Not because we are being uplifted by algorithm. It's because that many people wanted to see us roast you, Cornball West. How does that feel? How does that feel? Anyway, let's continue. You guys really fucked up, man. You gave me incentive to go after you now.
I'm probably about to join Sebi. I ain't gonna lie. I took some like 30 minutes ago.
You can leave if you want.
No, I'm just shouting out Sabby calling. If y'all want to hear me, I'm about to be on her calling. Them shrooms starting to kick in, so I might be on one. And Sabby calling. So join Sabby calling after this live. Show some support to my sister. I love Sabby. She's so nice.
I love Sabby. Like people have been trying to tear Sabby away from RBN forever, and she's not falling for it. Like people have been trying to tear Sabby away from us forever. And then she talked to me, she's like, yeah, I know. Sabby even told me, she's like, yeah, I know people have been trying to tear me away. It's obvious to me. Sabby knows exactly what these people be trying to do. And she sees through it. People don't know how good Sabby is on, how consistent she is. But like she knows the definition of loyalty. Like Sabby stuck, man, it's been rain and pain and man, we have been through the fucking mud. We have been smeared. We have lost members at the members. And Sabby stayed longer than some of the members that created this whole thing with us. But I'm glad to have her. Like when I remember when this first had started, and I know Meg had left on some other terms and whatnot, but I was like, y'all not getting Meg unless I get Sabby. Like we gotta get that deal. Like I need Sabby. Yeah, Sabby, man. Thank God, bro, because Sabby channel was so slept on. So, bro, I'm so glad that we got Sabby on board with RBN because, like, we've seen that she was being slept on. Like, bro, like, well, I was like, why no one? What the fuck? Why no one following this black girl? Cause she's killing the game. So we had her on. What was that?
She was black. They saw that she was black before they see that she was educated. And when they see her starting to be around some of the PMC class, like she can get interviews with Dr. Jill Stein or whoever Nick Bronner's, whoever the fuck his name was from the People's Party. She can get interviews and sit down with these people. So now they're starting to look at her. Now they're starting to listen to her rather than look at her, because when you're looking at us, you see black first. And what they think, woke, even though he is, that's what they're gonna see.
Let's continue. Thanks for $10. Bet you didn't know. I hope y'all make it all the way through. I thought Bree did a masterful job of slowly cooking this goofball. She did concede some things, but some of it was necessary to open him up. Thanks for the $10. Well said. Unfortunately, like I said, we can't show the full thing. You guys will watch the full thing and make up your own minds. And apparently, a lot of you guys believe Bree did a good job, which is fair. Good for Bree. Thanks for the $15, Eric. West's argument remarkets is irrelevant garbage. Socialists and communists within the U.S. are forced to survive within the capitalist market system. How dare you try to feed your daughter Rome? How fucking dare you? All while working to change that market system. This man Eric gave us $15. Eric, what the? Why are you enabling our grifting, sir? Why are you enabling our work? How dare you want us to be paid for our labor value for doing this 3-hour stream? You guys know when I do a stream, I'll show you guys so much. It takes if I do like a 1-hour stream, it takes me about 2 hours to prepare for that. You guys know that? So these people don't want me to be paid. So if I do a 2-hour live stream, they usually at least 4 hours of research. People like Dr. Cornel West don't want us to be paid our labor value for researching and educating and entertaining the proletariat.
But I have no problem with these MSNBC motherfuckers. He sit up in there, he sit up in their fucking face, he sit up in Anderson Cooper face, who's making millions of fucking dollars. Sit up in their motherfucking face calling them brothers. But we can't make money from our labor? Bullshit.
PMCs want journalism to remain a bourgeoisie elite profession where you have to be hired by the Atlantic or New York Times or MSNBC. Then Dr. Cornel West will call you brother. You notice he said Nick and CJ. So it's brother Nalvani, but we're not brother Nick no more. Isn't that
Brother Biden.
Brother Biden, but not brother Nick. He used to call me brother, but not anymore. But he wanted to say that it's his Christian faith. Get the fuck out of here.
I think that's one reason why he didn't say my name and try to really acknowledge me is because I am an atheist. I'm open about that. My name is Unholy Rome.
Yeah.
And just like you said, brother, I agree with what you just said and blah blah. Like you trying to avoid my name, nigga, say my name. I feel like Beyonce in this bitch. Why you saying everybody's name but mine? He like, what the fuck going on, man?
Dude, one says Rome. Bro, remember when we had the beef with Tim Black and I didn't really say that much? Bro, Rome released a whole fucking diss track on Tim Black and Tim Black didn't say Rome. He was afraid to say Rome's name like he was the fucking boogeyman or something, bro. He made a diss track about me, but like, bro, Rome said more shit about
I said the shit. I was starting the shit. And I beat your bald head ass, nigga. I would beat your bald head ass. But the thing is, see, they think that they can come after certain people and not have any pushback. Like, bro, Nick ain't even got to say nothing. We went at the Sabby. Sabby ain't even got to say nothing, nigga. RBN is a motherfucking army. And sometimes, hey, I'm on the front line. Every time something is going down, you might not see me on the motherfucking stream every time, but I am here to defend RBN to the end. Every time a motherfucker come and try to tear us down, I am here on the front lines. And then you probably have to go through a CJ. Then you probably have to go through a Nick. Then you're gonna have to go through a Sabby. JB. Then you have to go through a Sabby. But nigga, we are here. We are here. RBN is here. RBN is the future. This is what they fear. This is what they fear. The truth. They fear that we are actually calling out their bullshit. The fuck? I'll smack the shit out of Tim Black. No, I'll play. I would.
This motherfucker about to call the cops. Tim Black is the ultimate cornball. This nigga.
That's how I know. Like I can tell from the energy when he was like, he's gonna talk about Sabby, he talk about Bree, he talk about you. But nigga, I'm sitting here making threats to your ass.
Bro, Rome is making tweets. So Rome is adding this motherfucker, and Tim Black is trying his best not to say his name. Rome went harder on Cornel West than anyone in RBN. He was the one from the very beginning saying that we shouldn't trust this motherfucker. And you notice that Dr. Cornel West doesn't have a single thing to say about Rome. What does that say? I wish I had that kind of presence.
Because he's not going to acknowledge me because it's just going to solidify me and put more eyes on me. Okay, who the fuck is Unholy Roman? Why is he saying this? What the fuck? You praise a Nazi? Hold on, let me go back. Let me look. Hold on, this nigga doing giveaways. This nigga doing, he does building a library. Oh shit, this look like a real motherfucking leader instead of some fucking mouthpiece who come along every fucking 2 to 4 years and tell a nigga who to vote and how to vote. Fuck out of here. The last time you did any motherfucking thing, Dr. Cornel West or Cornel West, Cornball, whatever the fuck the people want to call you. Whatever the fuck the people want to call you. When was the last time you did something that didn't serve your motherfucking self? Fuck out of here. I'm sick and tired of these motherfuckers who got it all. Who got it all compared to poor black people. You have it all. You have the money. You have the education. You have probably a beautiful home. I'm not doubting. Beautiful family. you haven't been snatched away from. Like my father and my uncles were. How the fuck do I look up to a nigga like that? You ain't got nothing to lose, and you ain't got nothing to gain. You just here. Tiptoeing the motherfucking line. Making sure niggas like us don't get too far. That's what you're trying to do? You trying to shut us down so we won't be legitimized? It's too late for that. You already solidified our name in stone. And that's where you fucked up at. You should have never said revolutionary blackout, whatever. You should have never said Nick and CJ. You should have said Jimmy Dore and them. You would have been better off. And this is why I thank you. Because you opened up a can of worms that the PMC was afraid of. Saying the fucking RBN name. Thank you. And from here on, all the Kyle Kalinskis, all the motherfucking crystal balls, y'all can't act like y'all don't see or hear us no more.
Those same people.
We here, nigga.
Those same people are smart enough to realize they can't say our name. Cornel West had an ego so large that he thought he wanted to step on this rap battle on this stage against us. I told you, Cornel West, I warned you a few days ago. You don't want to do this rap battle, sir, with me. His ego decided he wanted to do it, and now, like Brianna Joy Gray's own audience said, you ruined your reputation because you wanted to step up and do a rap battle with us, and we clowned your ass. Hit him up. Let's continue with the super chats. Thank you for the 499, John. I think boomer PMC academia has no idea how to deal with absolutely younger populist Marxism on YouTube. The rug is being pulled from under them. That's why the PMC class has to smear us. And I'm glad that you guys are picking up on this based on the comments I'm seeing. Based on the comments I see in Bree's video calling out Dr. Cornel West smears. Cornerball West, no more doctor. Because they see the contempt of the PMC class against us oozing. And that's an attack on you too. So if you remember the proletariat and you fuck with our message and you see them smearing us, what does that say about their opinion of you? So I'm glad that people are starting to speak up on it. This class divide and another Marxist ideology, this is Marxist theory, something that Bree and Cornel West openly admit that they don't follow. Class antagonisms cannot be reconciled within electoral politics. Look up class antagonisms. This aggression you see regarding the PMC class, regarding RBN, is exactly what we mean when we say these class antagonisms. Dr. Cornel West is willing to be friendly with Sean Hannity. He's willing to be friendly with Anderson Cooper, despite them disrespecting him to his face. But we are nice to him, but we politely disagree with him, and he has a meltdown because class antagonism make him view us with hostility. This is Marxist theory because Marxism is a science, and all the actions of the PMC class and the social democrats can be predicted. Dr. Cornel West's aggression against us was predicted. That's class antagonism. Look it up. Anyway, let's move on. That's why I have power. Oh man, this is a fun ass stream.
I love y'all niggas, dog. I love y'all niggas so much.
We almost done with super chats. Like the reason why we had a 3 hour and 30-minute stream is because of you guys as well with the super chat. So I think you guys
My face hurt, bro. I've been laughing since this fucking shit started, dog.
Dude, it was a fun stream. Like it's not like one of the streams where I feel like crying. Like I did a hotspot video about Aaron Bushnell. So if you're like, what's our substantive content already released today? Look at our clip. We got a lot of substantive content today. One of the contents I uploaded with hotspot was Aaron Bushnell. So check that video out. Those stories make me want to cry and all that shit. But this stream is fun. That's why I can do 3 hours and 30 minutes of this shit. This shit is very therapeutic because we are drawing the line in the sand. We are declaring war against the PMC class. Dr. Cornel West thought he was going to intimidate us using the weight of his celebrity, using his doctorate. But the only thing he done is fire us up, fire me up, and fire up the supporters of the RBN community to wage war against the PMC scumbags. You guys have no idea the beast that you guys woken up because you guys couldn't stop slandering RBN. Now let's continue. We have few more. We almost done, man. You guys really came out today. I need to roll up after this, dude, bro.
Man, I ran outside. I rolled up. I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna need this shit.
Yeah, I had to smoke. You guys saw us smoke on stream. I haven't been smoking on stream recently. I've been trying to cut down on smoking on stream, but I had to smoke today because this shit was a long ass stream. So I got to roll up after this. Anyway, we almost caught up today. So once again, big shout out to my brother Rome for sticking in with me the long ass show. But this stream didn't take any mental energy. I told you guys, preparing these long streams, bro, I'll be exhausted, bro. Like when I have my ordinary Nick and Nice, I'll do like a 90-minute foreign policy stream, bro. Tim Black is not doing that. He's incapable of doing that. I had a Saul Rod on, and we had a 90-minute foreign policy conversation. I have a 90-minute foreign policy conversations with other PhDs. I do it all the time.
What about the wolf pack? What about the wolf pack, nigga?
So it takes me about 2 hours to prepare those streams, but Dr. Cornel West don't want me to be paid for it. So I'll be exhausted after those streams. This stream, not at all. This was fun. It's like me hanging out with Rome. I'm hanging out with our community, and we venting over the PFC class. So that's why we did a super long stream today, and I appreciate you sticking in it with it, bro.
No, that's some corny ass shit. The nigga said the wolf pack. What's up with humans when they why do we admire animals that we domesticated? You're gonna look up to it. You're gonna whatever. Okay.
Let's continue. Feel free to chime in anytime, Rome. Where did I leave off at? She defended you. I read this one. Let me catch. I lost my spot. I hope you made all right through. I read that. We read this one, and this is the next one. This is some more information that the fake doctorate Cornel West don't know about. Navalny also led a march with Nazi salutes, Totenkopf, I don't know how to say that, and Celtic cross flags. Audience, please Google these Nazi symbols. West never tweeted about Gonzalo Lira. Absolutely. Look it up. Never tweeted about Gonzalo Lira, a United States journalist who was killed by a fascist Ukrainian regime, but he praises neo-Nazis. But somehow we are supposed to come up with another conclusion other than he's soft on white supremacy. Bree thought that was too harsh. Bree agreed with Dr. Cornel West. This is why I was hard on Bree, because Bree like, yeah, I think those criticisms was too much. No, it wasn't. You voting for Jim Crow Joe and you praising Navalny while you ignore Gonzalo Lira is proof that you're weak on white supremacy.
Can I say something? Nick isn't he's not a control freak. I know you say that out of love, bro, but he's passionate, man. He's very passionate, and it's his show. I'm not about to sit over and take over. I already didn't have my
Wait, who's ripping me shreds? Who's ripping? Me?
No, they're not ripping you. I'm pretty sure they're saying this out of love because I seen this this motherfucking person before in our comments. I'm pretty sure it's out of love, but yeah.
Anyway, we can move on because we're short on time.
Hold on, he's talking about we need to hold. What the fuck he do? Oh no, okay, so I did get you confused. But even if Nick is just a passionate man, and it's his show, you know, he shouldn't have to shut up for anybody on his goddamn show.
I have seen people get offended on behalf of my guests, and I never received a negative review from guests. In fact, many guests come on because they personally tell me that they love doing my show because we're friends, we hang out, we have a fun time, and then people get on behalf of my guests because I'm doing my show and I have a show to do. And then I told them they can chime in. We talked beforehand. I told them it's a conversation. Feel free to chime in. My guests love coming on. I have, you guys see how many recurring guests I have because they enjoy doing the show. They enjoy doing this. But people get upset on behalf of my guests. Like, Nick, why you want you let your guests talk more? They talk whenever they fuck they want. I tell every single guest, chime in when you want. Most of my guests be having a good time because our friends, we having a conversation. We having a conversation.
You already said what the fuck you gonna say. So what the fuck? What I'm gonna say the same thing that you said better. I'm gonna try to one up you. Like you already said it. I agree with you, brother. That's the best that we can say, right? So let it go and just enjoy that and just enjoy the knowledge that's being kicked to you, man. Enjoy the privilege of having black men teach you because a lot of people ain't get this, especially during the 90s.
Thank for $5, ARJ. This BF episode is a hater fest of the Bad Faith episode is a hater fest of counter-revolutionary community groups and podcasters holding Western imperialism and them simps to task. Yeah. Thank you for $5, ARJ. A few more. We almost caught up, man. That was a task, but I appreciate all the support today. Thank you for the $5. Valkyro Supreme. quote unquote Dr. West and all that fucking jazz, I don't have any respect for PMC titles. I've seen a very few people that that was on Twitter when I was saying this stuff. They were like, "Man, you can't denigrate his degree. Why the fuck not? Fuck your degree. If this is what your degree leads to, why should we respect it?"
Like,
And I would tell you, go ahead, bro.
I don't even respect the doctors that work on my motherfucking body. You think I give a fuck about? Come on now, man. Let me go get a PhD. Y'all about to start calling me Dr. Unholy in this bitch.
Nah.
I'm about to go get a PhD. I'm about to pay for that shit. Y'all about to start calling me Dr. Unholy. I ain't did nothing doctorish at all. But you're gonna call me doctor.
They want us to call Joe Biden's wife a doctor, bro. Like, fuck yourself, bro. I'm not calling Joe Biden a doctor, bro. She's not a fucking doctor. Like, can we start pushing back on this bullshit? Fuck you, Dr. Cornel West, and your fake doctorate. And then people will say, well, don't you know Dr. Cornel West, it took him 8 years? This motherfucker took 300 hours of courses. You wasted your life. That's my response. Nigga, if you worked hard for your doctorate, just know you wasted your fucking time. You sold out to the PMCs, and you took a check from the Zionist institution known as Harvard, and you think you got a moral high ground over us? You have no idea the beast you're awakening, motherfucker.
And they still ain't released your money yet. They still ain't released your motherfucking money. God damn.
You tap dancing for the motherfuckers, being a moderate, voting for Jim Crow Joe, and they still denied your black ass tenure. You wasted your time, sir. Don't make the same mistake Dr. Cornel West did, friends. Like, you motherfuckers about to have us turn off all you motherfuckers, period.
You know what he should have did? He should have picked up a trade.
He should have learned how to code. Learn how to code. Anyway, thank you for the $20, man.
Oh, God.
Brother Adolf. Cornel West, apparently. Remember, if he was being consistent, when he called me Brother Rome, Brother Nick, and Brother CJ, he did not say that. He said Nick and CJ.
He said plantation. He said these niggers.
Might as well. Might as well. So that shows that he's not honest about that. Then for the $5. No, he did not win her over at all. Love y'all. Appreciate on the RBN. Watch the full interview. Second comment I've seen for this guy who puts back on my comments on Bree, which is okay. It's okay. If you guys disagree with me, that's okay. I'll be all right. I think I share my point of view. If you disagree with that, that's fine. Thank for the $5, ARJ. PMCs are such cowards when they put down at the working class, when they're called out, kissing up to capitalists, imperialists, and empire. Yeah, he was kissing up to the empire, but we are wrong for calling him out for that. And once again, the reason why I criticized Bree for him, because she agreed with Cornel West on that premise, a premise that I find deeply problematic. Despite the fact that she put back on the Green Party stuff, she agreed with that premise, which is really upsetting. I did not see that coming when I did this review. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's continue. Last two, holy shit, we caught up. So I'm gonna shut it down after 3. I see a third one come in. So 3 more super chats and I'm cutting it off. Just to let you guys know. I looked at the definition of casuistry. I don't know. Look, I can't fucking say that. I don't have a doctorate, man. You guys shouldn't listen to me. I'm a grifter.
It's a clever, unsound reasoning.
It means the use of clever but unsound reasoning in relation to moral questions. Cornel West basically speaks in sophistry. Yeah, absolutely. He's a man with no common sense, but he wants you to be impressed because of his degrees.
He's a man with no foundation, but talk about he's standing on business.
I think Bree did good, but she is still a little high on her own academic surprise. So I think the general consensus, me and CJ didn't like it, but I see like a lot of people think she did a good job, which is fair. That's just fair. So I think the RBN community thinks she did good. Thank you for the 199 Geo, Dr. Unholy, Dr. Nick. I don't need the title, but we did take it. We did take it. Like if Cornel West addresses me, but he doesn't call me Dr. Nick, I'm going to be offended. I'm going to be like, sir, don't you know I took your doctorate degree away? If you want to respect me to respect your fake titles, you respect my fake titles. So that's the agreement. Cornel West, if you call me doctor, I'll call you doctor. How about that? Anyway, I think we caught up. Let me do a quick scan. Yeah, I think we all be caught up. I don't want to shortchange anyone, but this was one. This is the longest stream I probably did in a long time, but because it was very therapeutic. I wasn't planning on going this long.
Look, I feel like Hassan's. After a long day of shrimp, nigga, shut up, you about to get us canceled. Like, no.
Remember, if you criticize Dr. Cornel West and quote unquote who he prays for, you are an authoritarian fascist. Remember, that's the message that Dr. Cornel West wants you to take. So, any last words, CJ? Sorry, Rome. I'm so used to doing CJ.
Do I play looking like you? No, I'm playing. No,
it's late.
No, I ain't got nothing, bro. I'm tired. I want to thank everybody that helped me out for this giveaway today that we did. Man, we fed like 120 people, I think, and that was like, I was kind of surprised because it's usually only like 50, 60 to like 80 max. But today, for some reason, man, they was packed. Like the line went. I posted pictures on my Twitter. The line went around the motherfucking building. I'm like, holy fuck. I'm thinking like, oh my God. So I'm rushing. I'm like, I don't have no money to pay CT. So thank you for giving me money to pay CT. But at the same time, I thought we was gonna run out of food. And what's so funny is we had enough food for everybody but 2 people. And the only reason why we didn't have enough for 2 people was because one of the workers came and got seconds. But we would have got literally everybody in that motherfucking building if the worker didn't come back and get seconds, man. It was a good day. A lot of great people, great stories, smiles, man. A lot of background.
Let me go to your Twitter page. Let me see if I can find something to plug real quick. Let me go Unholy Rome.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys support Rome's activism that Dr. Cornel West doesn't want you to know about.
This nigga petty as hell.
You guys thought I was mean to this motherfucker before you. If Dr. Cornel West thought I was petty, bro, you guys thought I was petty before, fam. You guys have no idea what's coming. This is what Dr. Cornel West doesn't want you to know about. This is what Rome did earlier today.
Yeah, we had a lot of hot dogs. We had a lot of wieners. I put a lot of wieners in people's mouths today. Lots of mouths.
This is why the PMC class hate our ass. We had too fun. So Dr. Cornel West doesn't want us to know that Rome is feeding people. And I'm planning because I want to do some sort of Palestine action. I don't even know how to fucking start planning this, but I'm planning an RBN Kansas City chapter meeting. Maybe in like 2-3 weeks. I need some time to spread the word. It's been a while since we had a meeting. We're gonna plan our next action here very soon. But Dr. Cornel West don't want you to know the fact that I have a mutual aid organization, just like an abolitionist group that I started. You know what I mean? This is stuff that they don't want us to know. They will lie about us. You know what I mean? It'd be one thing if they have devastating critiques of our politics, but they don't. I'm glad they can't. They can't. So this wrong put.
I think I just put up a video. I think I just put up a new picture of one of the lines. How long? I couldn't get the line because I had to run to my. Let's see. There we go.
Yeah, here's another one.
That's like.
Look at the Jimmy Dore plantation.
That's like 15-20 minutes until the giveaway, and when I actually got free. So that line was still wrapped around that motherfucking building. It was. A lot of people.
Look at all those people you trying to sign up to the Jimmy Dore plantation. What the fuck, Rome? Look at all these people that Rome's grifting. Someone send this to Dr. Cornel West immediately so he has another way to attack RBN. His liberal dumbass. If he saw it on CNN, he'd be like, nigga, look at this shit. RBN is creating a Jimmy Dore plantation. Because you don't question CNN. So if CNN ran this story about RBN creating a cult right here, you will believe it. So this is what the Jimmy Dore plantation looked like. Let's see if we can see some more Jimmy Dore plantation events. Like, you know, when I gave away school supplies for this year, when I gave away school supplies, that was me recruiting children for the Jimmy Dore plantation. That was my long-term plan. Bro, Dr. Cornel West, do you realize how much ammo you gave me forever to use against you? But anyway, let's wrap up. I'm just talking shit now. Anyway, Rome, I'll give you last word. Then we head out here.
Nigga, I'm about to go take so many motherfucking mushrooms that it can knock a motherfucking horse out, nigga. I'm about to go do so many drugs. And I advise you to do the damn same, nigga. This ain't no motherfucking. No, I'm playing. No, y'all stay safe. Thank you to everybody that supported me with this giveaway. Everybody that donated even after the giveaway. Man, y'all came in clutch because I swear I thought CT was gonna knock my motherfucking head off. Because when I told him I said on live, I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to pay CT. He looked back like, what? I was like, you know, but it all came out in our favor, and I thank y'all for having my back. Thank you so much. I will see you soon. Oh, I'm coming back next Friday. I have a show for you next Friday. Nice. Rome's Rebellion is coming back to RBN, and I will be here every fucking week. So, yeah.
Nice. So, you guys, I told you guys I was in the lab cooking, and we got another banger. Every Nick at Night, and this is the mother of all bangers. Banger after banger after banger after banger after banger. We have a 4-hour banger for you guys tonight. How you not like this video? How you not subscribe? Every Nick at Night, we got a banger. The next Thursday, I have another banger planned for you guys. I'm gonna dive in more into Aaron Bushnell. And do you guys know that Yemen honored Aaron Bushnell today? So he's an anti-genocide icon. So we're gonna have a normal show on Thursday. At this point, Dr. Cornel West is already dead. His doctorate degree is already gone. So I didn't plan on doing this diss track, but after our last diss track, he doubled down. But so we're done.
He tripled down. He tripled down, nigga. All we ask this nigga is to take back the fucking shit about your statement about a fucking Nazi, man. You act like we act.
Yeah.
We're not asking for much, man. God damn, the bar already so fucking low. Man, whatever.
So he's already done. So Thursday, I'm gonna have a normal show for you guys. You know, we're gonna cover the hard-hitting state violence, class warfare topics I usually cover. But we have to get you, Cornel West, because you made an idiot out of yourself. So anyway, I'll see you guys Thursday. Hope you guys enjoy this banger. Make sure you guys support us on Patreon. God forbid you guys support the grifters, right? But man, I would love to feed myself. I would love to see Roman CJ feed his family. I guess we are evil people for that. Anyway, thank you guys for supporting the show. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Peace out.